Hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. Happy Friday, everybody! We're getting closer and closer to Samhain/Halloween. So I'm wearing my Boo Bucket earrings that I got on Etsy last year. Still 10 out of 10. Think these are the cutest thing ever. For those of you that grew up in the 80s, 90s, they still even do that, the Boo Buckets at McDonald's. But the nostalgia is real for the 80s and 90s kids, for sure. How is everybody? And I'm wearing my other Halloween shirt. I have one more with little dogs that have like ghost costumes on, but read more books. I mean, this is a year-round shirt for me, but I try to only wear it this time of year. Speaking of reading more books, where's my phone? Here it is. Brandy Lynn, Sarah Cannon has released her Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw book, and I got it. Have not read it yet. Oh, there's the first page. I did not mean to show that, but yes, I'm so excited to get into the Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. I've been watching her process, and it's a spooky read, I guess, for this time of year. So yay! I will plug my phone in so it's charged. It did not charge last night for some reason. The port or whatever it's called is like all wonky, so sometimes like you gotta really coddle the connection or it will just. It released this morning. Possibly it was already released because there's already a review, and I think four what's the word, ratings and one review already on the book. So someone either is a super fast reader, and it's only available e-reader version right this moment. Paperback, I think she said, is coming soon, and hardback soon. But yes, it just released, so I'm excited. I've been watching her process, and it could have been, well, she did say in her newsletter email that there were no ARC readers because she just had to get it out. She's like, I just got to get it out. But if you were on her ARC team previously, she was going to send an email for you to be able to read it for free, even though you're just kind of reading it along with everybody. I'm not on her ARC team, so I just went and bought it. I think the Kindle was only like $4.99 ebook, so it wasn't too bad. And I don't have physical cluttering out my shelves, so that's always good. I read a bunch of her books, but they were all through the Kindle e-reader app rather than, I don't own one of her physical books, which is weird for me because I love owning physical books. But when it comes to fiction, I don't own a lot of fiction books. I own a lot of nonfiction or kind of like resource stuff because I use them. I use them as like resources, and I like to have that knowledge just in case crap hits the fan. That knowledge is preserved in a physical book in my home. I like that. There have been a few physical books that I'm like, do I really need this? I could get it from the library that I have let go of that I kind of like, now I'm like, I don't know, I kind of want to own that, so I have it. Especially cookbooks, like a lot of the with the not metabolic renewal. Oh gosh, Dr. Gundry's books. Like I had a lot of his cookbooks, cooking the way that he talks about, feeding your microbiome and stuff. I got a lot of those at the library, and I'm like, I kind of just need a physical copy of that because I love to refer back. I mean, yeah, sure, I could take a picture of it and print it out, but like that's a hassle. I'd rather just have the full book, dog ear the page or put a little bookmark in it and then flip to because that's the thing. I hate reading recipes on my phone because you like read 2 ingredients and you get them all measured and put in, and then your phone screen's blank. And usually you got dirty hands when you're baking and cooking. So then you're like doing your passcode, getting back in your phone, bringing it back up. It's just a hassle. I'd rather just have a physical copy. You need to do a book purge. Oh, I can totally be buried in books. And I know the only real ebooks I ever have read actually have been Sarah Cannon's, I think it's 11 books of her demon series, Shadow Demon series. I read all of those, and the one that you suggested that kind of sounded like the premise of my book, and I read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a lot of similarities. And then it ends on this massive cliffhanger, and she's like, yeah, I'm not completing this series, so good one. But she did say she might redo that book as a standalone and conclude it at some point, but I'm not going to hold my breath because I know I'm a writer, she's a writer, we're all right. A lot of us are writers here that, we kind of just intuitively are guided to where we need to work. And fun fact, Brandy Lynn, I just discovered this morning by just listening to my own inner guidance that I'm actually doing NaNoWriMo this year, and that is so not on my radar. I have been not at all in the writing mode or mood or process since like May. So like that's fun for me. I'm not participating in Nano, specifically. I'm just going to be writing and going to the write-ins with our little group at the library here. Just to work, kind of like a co-working situation. What do they call them? Like productivity sprints and all that. I'm going to do it just for, I'm doing the campish route. I do need to write chapter 21 for book 2, which is kind of my holdup from continuing to be able with that and sports ball, right? But getting all of that written so I can submit the next scene. But I also want to work on a synopsis for you, Brandy Lynn, of book 2 that'll get you, because I did send you book 1, and I don't know if you had time. I mean, it was a long, thick one. So I don't blame you if you haven't had time. But I need to also get you a synopsis of chapters 1 through 20 of book 2, so you're up to speed when I do submit chapter 21. I'm gonna say probably in January is when I'm starting, because once NaNoWriMo's over, I'm just like, it's the holidays, y'all, so it's like, I thought I did. Maybe double check. If you don't see a book 1 synopsis from me, let me know, because I have it ready. It's ready to go. It's like 22,000 words long. But you could, if you have a speech to text or talk to text or whatever thing on your laptop or wherever it is you're listening to it, you can do the thing. I didn't send you the actual book 1. I could work on that and get that to you as well if you want to actually read the book. Oh, you would love to read it. Well, hey, I'll send it to you. And again, reminders, this is like 3rd/4th draft status, so it's nowhere near, wow, this is a published book. But you get it. This is just an Amanda and Brandy Lynn hour. No, I was kind of excited. But yeah, my goals for NaNoWriMo, I'm just going to call it November Writing Month for me. Just that's what I'm going to be doing. But yes, it will be writing specifically. I'm not going to be doing any editing, but I'm going to write that chapter 21. And then I'm not sure where, I'm just a smidge, I think, into Act 3. I think I dipped my toes into Act 3 as far as what I've got written. Yeah, I'm literally 1 scene into Act 3. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 chapters of Act 3 that I need to properly write. I have a lot of notes and a lot of bullet points, but I want to write those and they're ready to go. I just need to pop in and actually get to work. So I'm going to use the write-ins. I may not write during the week, depending. I don't know. Sometimes I go to these write-ins and I just get so inspired and excited and I just can't stop, which is good. You want to not be able to stop when you're in the writing process. You want to keep going. That's why I love NaNoWriMo. Not the platform itself, but just the community aspect of it. Not the message boards or anything, but like just going to the local write-ins and, having that camaraderie, like, oh, I wrote 4,000 words yesterday. I feel so excited, or, whatever the case is. I love that because it's so much more exciting than just butt in chair, start writing. I mean, there can be a lot of catharsis and amazingness of butt in chair, start writing, but at the same time, I love the excitement. Even if no one knows exactly what you're writing, just knowing that everyone's kind of doing their own thing at the same time is just, it warms my heart. I love it. Yeah, the community is the best part. So yeah, I want to participate at least. We have our little writing group. For those of you that are just joining us, you're like, what is this? What are we talking? Brandy Lynn, I pulled her into the fold of my personal little critique group of, I think there's 6 or 7 of us right now. I would have to sit down and do the math because I'm not sure, is Danny back full time? I know she had the baby and stuff. She did pop into a few that I was at most recently, but I haven't been there all of September or October because of sports ball. It's just been a lot. But yeah, I love that aspect of it, and I can't wait to get back. Like the just thinking about it, like sitting down and really tuning into the energy of being a writer and showing up and actually tuning into my story world, I get so excited, so excited. And like I just want to dive in yesterday, but then at the same time, I'm like, well, I got this going on with work, and I got this going on at home, and sports ball, and more sports ball over here. And I'm just like, I need to settle, I need to calm, I need to chill, I need to also focus on my spiritual path. So it's like, where is the time in the day? So I'm gonna have to make the time in a day, even if it's only once a week, just to get the ball rolling, get me back in. Deep breaths. We got this. It's 11:11. I think I should shut up and get into our pick a card, because I didn't even say, hey guys, what's up? Shout outs. This is what we're doing today. I didn't do any of that, but let's start out with our Montana incense. And there we go. We're gonna light one up, and we have the fan on like speed 1, so hopefully my lighter will stay going long enough to light this up. Flame is very dancy. Okay, we got it. There we go. Woo. All right, this is just cleansing. I already did my whole cleansing ritual. Maybe one of these days I'll pop on before I do the cleansing ritual and show you guys what it's all about. And this is just, even when I want to pull my own cards, maybe I don't go as extensive. It's more of a crash course version of it. But when I'm going to be working, like I go in, like it takes me about 15 minutes, like start to finish, if I'm doing it like just completely zoned in, tuned in. And it just really makes me feel it's almost like calling in the spirit community of it, without calling on entities, not in that regard, but just the collective energies of everybody who will show up or watch the replay and just tuning in. And it brings the excitement factor way up for me than me just doing a reading for myself or about the world by myself. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, Amber donated. You're our first and only donation so far today. So we are going to get into it after the pick a card portion. But today we already pulled these. This is the fun thing about the pick a cards is, so like the last few pick a cards we've done, it was the live stream prior to that pick a card live stream at the very end or toward the end that I'm actually pulling the cards for the next live stream. And so those of you that are on the live streams, like my ride or dies over here, you guys get like sneak peek information and fun stuff. But today we are using the Priestess of Light Oracle, which was an oldie but goodie that's been over in my closet for I don't know how long. And on the last live stream, we pulled the cards for the piles. So I'm going to show you the pile selection. So this is pile selection, getting into the pick a card, which if I have not said, which I don't think I have said, well, the title will give it away. This is a message from your divinely aligned ancestors, because we all know there are those ancestors in our tree that have done nefarious, malicious, really dark things that we don't want to conjure or call on any of that energy. We are looking to connect into our own past life. That can include ancestral energy of our past lives, meaning who we were in past lives, the ones that are divinely aligned, of course, and then the ancestors in our physical meat suit right now, ancestral line, the ones that are in a divine alignment. Those are the ones we're contacting. And these cards actually sat downstairs on my altar from Wednesday evening when we wrapped up the live stream. And then all day Thursday, most of the day, I had a candle going while I was home. And then when I left, I, put the lid on and everything. So I'm feeling excited about this. Like this is, and I could already feel, because I didn't include myself in the last pick a card we did, but I can already feel amazing energy coming in hot from this. Oh, and I got to do it this way because this is card 1, card 2, card 3, as you see on the thumbnail. So I'm going to do one, so we're at 1407. Of course, I have to go in and kind of nuance these timestamps because they're never exact for what I say and then what it actually ends up being. Okay, so pile 1, we have the Miracles card, Ancient Wisdom. But yes, I did say I felt that I needed to be included. My energy needed to be included in all of these as far as I need these messages too, you guys. And we have Divine Mother with Nurturing Compassion and Grace for pile 2. And then pile 3 will be the Calming Waters, Peaceful Self-Regulation. So I'm just going to be quiet for a moment. Let's see. Maybe I hold these up here. And for those that want to know by numbers, we have 39, 37, and 3. So let me hold these and be quiet and just let you guys look at them. Do it this way. There we go. Okay. Make sure we get them all in there. And it's going to be your left to right. I just heard, let's go! Like, yeah! Like, there's something very exciting. So, no matter what pile you selected, there's some exciting, like, new energy. Like, yes, there's a lot of, like, closing out of old cycles and things going on energetically, and even in the, like, greater mundane collective. But in these piles, I'm so excited. And yeah, you can let us know what ones you selected if you want in the chat, or even in the comments if you're watching later. Or you can just kind of keep that information to yourself. Whatever feels good to you. This is your reading. Do what you see fit with it. You can select 1, 2, or 3, 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3, whatever. And, or all of them if you so choose, or none of them if you so choose. But we're going to start with pile 1, 15. Oh, we're right at 16. 16 minutes on the nose. I'm finally getting to it. Here we go. That's why when we watch a replay, I'm doing a better job of timestamping everything. Maybe not the personal questions, unless you guys ask me for those timestamps. Of course, I will drop them in and leave them in the pinned comment with everything else. But if you don't ask for those, I mean, if I have them because someone's not there, I'll just automatically include it because they're not here. But if you're live, you're here, you pay for a reading and you want a timestamp, please let me know before I do the reading so I get the timestamp. So yes, I will. I'm that guy. I will go back after the fact if you ask me afterwards, and I'll go find it. But just to save me time and energy, that would be awesome. Is this 3? No, this I meant to be number 1. If we check, I'm so sorry, you guys. Did I mess that up? If so, I'm gonna redo it. I mean, yes, we're live, but for the timestamp, did I say this was card 1? Because I actually meant. Oh man, did I mess that up? Let me know. Because this on the thumbnail is card 1. This is card 2, and this is card 3. So did I mess that up? Did I do it this way for the card selection just now? If I did, I apologize. It actually is this way. Does anyone know if I messed that up? Can someone scroll back and see? I switched 1 and 3. Oh no. Okay. Well, we're gonna redo these timestamps. Shh, this didn't happen. Those watching the replay will never know this happened. Okay. Okay. So my bad. Yeah, because things are backwards for me. What I see, it's so confusing to me. So I'm hoping I got it right now. Yeah, because this looks totally backwards to me, but it's right for you guys. So it should be left to right. This is pile 1. This is my left. So if this is your right, again, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm so backwards here. So pile 1. Oh, I need a timestamp. 18 minutes. Oh my gosh. Here we go. We're 18 minutes. So this is card selection. I'm just going to hold them up and hopefully we can see all the numbers and words without my face in there. So this is, right here is pile 1. Middle is pile 2. This is pile 3. Just a reminder. Same as on the thumbnail. And if I'm holding them in the backwards, I do apologize. Again, I'm seeing them like, because this is correct to me this way. This looks correct. If I'm reading them as a top-down table, left to right, this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. But if you see that differently, I apologize. And I probably should get that completely figured out since this is what we're doing. Every like 3rd live stream, we're doing a pick a card. So I need to get this figured out. All right, pile 1. We're at 1919. All right. Miracles card. The number 39. 3 plus 9 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. Very creative, very like not solar plexus, sacral energy. Very orange. Look at the boo bucket, the orange boo bucket, the pumpkin. Very pumpkin vibes, pumpkin energy. I know it's funny. I almost said solar, and it's kind of between the solar plexus and the heart there that this person is kind of channeling or kind of cultivating the really beautiful spirit energy. I love that. But yeah, there's a creative life force coming in, and it's going to feel like a miracle. It may not be like, you know, at this point, we just deem everyday happenstance as, yeah, that's everyday happens, or miracles as everyday happenstance is what I'm trying to say. Where if we actually knew all the energies that had to align, everything going on energetically behind the scenes to make said thing happen, we would just be like, wow, what a miracle. Like the fact that you're here, no matter how old you are, the fact that you're living as long as you have, that you're here, that you're doing what you're doing right now is a miracle. In this realm, it is a miracle. That we're even like functioning at any capacity is a miracle. So there's a big miracle. And for some of you, this is coming in the form of ancient wisdom that is being like brought back to the surface for you from your ancestors, because this reading is about a message from your divinely aligned ancestors. So they're passing their divine wisdom and knowledge onto you through your physical DNA in one form or another, but also they do communicate to you through your own intuition as well, is what I'm hearing. So let's get some additional guidance. We're going to do Stars Lighting Up the Night Tarot. So what does pile 1 need to know? A message from their divinely aligned ancestors. All right. Here we go. Divinely aligned ancestors message for pile 1. Ooh. And it's interesting because I was really tuned in just slightly below the heart, but above the solar plexus as well. This is about grief and loss. So you're gaining ancient wisdom about how to allow the old traumas that have built up in your DNA from, both the divinely aligned ancestors and the not so divinely aligned ancestors that are, the cells of your body, the codons and the telomeres and all the cells in your body. There is this like grief echo going through your bloodline. And this is not because you've done anything wrong or they've done anything wrong. This is just par for the course on this realm, right? That's what's going on. I mean, the whole thing is, it's like I won't call it a death realm because it is very much also a life realm, but it's also a death realm, but it's like the lowest of the low as far as being in divine alignment. So the fact that you're here and you took this on in your own ancestral bloodline, pile 1, that's no joke. Like, you should commend and applaud yourself, because this is no joke energy. This is something huge. And many of you have had a lot of close losses, personal losses of finances, of dreams, of close loved ones or friends that have passed away. And this is such a theme in my life, is so many, especially I have Mars in the 12th house. I have a like a brother that passed away that I was supposed to not know about, not through my mom, but maybe a different side of the family. And it still hasn't been admitted to, but this all came through to me in the Kundalini awakening process. So many of my male friends or little like crushes and boyfriends throughout the years, gone, passed away. Yeah, just so much. And of course, lots of family members, especially the elderly family members, are just going, gone. I lost yet another, like a family friend passed away. My uncle passed away. My mom's mom. So my grandma's brother, he was one of 4 remaining of the 16 original Huttons that were born. He passed away. So there's only 3 remaining. Margie, Judy, and Montana are the only 3 remaining Hutton kids of that original 16. And then my uncle Clyde, great uncle Clyde, passed away on my husband's birthday on the 16th of this month. And he was actually married to my Aunt Betty, which was my grandma's sister, one of those 16. It was her husband. So it's just like mind blowing, because these people, you just don't expect they're going to go. And then they go, and it's just, whoa. And then a family friend who was a really big part of my like childhood from about age 7 through 12-ish, she passed away. So so many people are passing away, and this is not like, oh, more people are passing away, but this is just that you have the ancient wisdom, pile 1, to equip yourself to be able to move through these energies and to not take this grief on as a second coat of arms or anything like that, but this is you moving through so you can release and let go of that grief. Brianna's like, yes. This is crazy. I had a specific question about a specific ancestor, and this is shooting through me. Oh my, like literally. Literally. Oh my gosh. I have chills, Brianna. All right, what else? What other message for pile 1? Wow. What was I saying? There's victory here. You're not getting stuck in this. Yes, maybe in the past we've gotten stuck in this energy and we've just let it churn and churn and churn. But once we awaken, and that's the thing, we can awaken to the greater reality that this is here, but we may not awaken to being able at sometimes to know how to release it. Or we think, oh, I released it. I let it all go. I'm over it. And then, you know, this other cycle of grief comes spiraling around. But of course, this, if we look at it from this direction, it was like, well, we're just on a hamster wheel. Same crap, different day. Same cycle, you know, 4 months later when I thought I dealt with this. But if we actually look at it from the, you know, this perspective, it's actually a spiral. So yes, maybe this has come back around for you to deal with, but you're getting to deeper and more rooted layers of it. So it's not affecting you as deeply. And there can be times though, even if it doesn't feel, or it does feel like, no, this is worse than ever. What are you talking about, Amanda? No, this feeling of grief and loss and just heartbreak is worse than ever. But you're going down deeper each time. And so sometimes, yeah, it can feel a little harder, but then other times you can come back around this cycle again and be like, you know, I think I got this. I'm not going to be in dark night of the soul for 2 years this time. It's only going to take me 2 weeks. So there's victory here. You're overcoming this. You will overcome this in this lifetime. This trauma will not hold you down. Even if you're still bumbling and fumbling around, like looking for ways to, how do I get out of this? Well, awareness is like half the battle right there. And we've been kind of tuning into this energy of just your awareness. It's almost like everything. We have a text coming in. Sometimes these things, sometimes these things are relevant to the question at hand. Worms flippers are there. Can you see if those might work? For his Halloween costume, he's a duck. So maybe the duck symbolism. He's using flippers as little duck feet for his costume. Hello, Sunseas, welcome. All right, what else do we need to know? We're going to actually go to the Angels and Ancestors deck as well. Move that over here for now. Okay, so pile 1, a message from their ancestors. Pile 1. Ooh, protection, guardian, drop your shields. And sometimes, you know, we, especially in this realm, we're like, protect up, ground center shield at all times. But there are certain shields we can put up that will allow the good through and allow the bad to go out, but not come back in. So this is about maybe re-examining or re-establishing certain shields. Instead of completely closing down your heart so you don't get hurt, this is about tuning in, allowing those who are a resonance or vibration at or above where you're at energetically with your heart and your love space, you know, and anything that's not at that vibration or above just can't penetrate. So that way you don't have to put up all these walls and just have all of this grief and loss just weighing you down. You're able to let it go. And I'm really tuned into this shield. It's almost reading it as like a shamanic drum as well. So listening to shamanic drumming music might be beneficial for your evolution here. All right, we're going to get the card also from, I always forget the name of this one, Magical Spirit Oracle. All right, what do we need to know? Those of us watching pile 1, a message from our divinely aligned ancestors. What do we need to know, pile 1? Ooh, you get 2, and I was shuffling upside down. So this might take a bit of work to get that frown to turn upside down. So the Alchemist and the Voyager. So with the Alchemist card, it says, oh, I don't break that easy. Not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. Empowerment, pain, and sorceress. And I mean, what have we been talking about? Empowerment, pain. Lots of sorcery energy here, but not in this like matrixy kind of way. This is very natural, very biological, very ancestral sorcery that you're doing to overcome these things. And again, because these came out in reverse, you're working your way toward being able to not break anymore. You know, you're not going to break that easy anymore. Where maybe in the past, or maybe even for some of you currently, you break super easily, but you're starting to mend those cracks, those breaks with gold. And I always forget the name of that. It's in Japan, where you break something and you put it back together with gold. Not only is it stronger, but it's also more valuable because you've done the work. You've put a lot of love and investment into it. and you appreciate it more. So you guys are my alchemists here. All right, pile 1. Also, you have It's Okay to Forget and Then Remember All Over Again. The Voyager, Return Home, Lessons and Realizations. So because this came out in reverse, you may realize something about partway and then, oh, back, or just a little bit, oh, back, oh. But then eventually, once you get it realized, it's not going to flip upside down for you again. And I'm seeing almost like one of those, what are they called? They're like a little water thing with glitter and sometimes little plasticky toy things in them. But you could like put your finger in each end of it, or you could just let it roll, and it's like a tube. It just keeps going. They had them in like kind of squishy tube things. When I was a kid, I had one. I don't know what those are called, but I'm almost seeing it as that energetically. Or those little like sand with the water art, which I used to have one. I have one downstairs. It's not in here. I used to have it in this room, but it's downstairs, where you can tip it, and then the water is below, and then the sand works its way down and forms these really beautiful patterns. And it's like, but once you turn it all the way this next time that you finally figure something out, you're not going to have to struggle with the main part of that aspect again. It doesn't mean your life is completely figured out. You've unlocked everything. But there's something specifically surrounding the energy of grief, loss, heartbreak, sadness that you will overcome, and you will not have to repeat that over and over and over. Doesn't mean you'll never lose anything again, because you know where we live right now. That's like the name of the game, is loss, heartbreak. But it's just you're finding ways to not break each time, or if you do break, you're able to put yourself back together in a stronger, more valuable way. I love that analogy ever since you said it last time, when you said it before the band on my watch broke, but I'm repairing timelines, and makes sense to repair them with gold. Oh, I love that. Yes. All right, pile 1. I hope that resonated for you. This felt very deep, almost like we have to kind of just unpack, maybe take notes. I don't know. Watch this again. Just let it sink in. But there's something you're overcoming where you're not having to be in defense mode, because so many of you, pile 1, have been in defense mode for maybe this whole incarnation, maybe even lots of incarnations, especially in this realm. We just always have to be on the defense here. It seems like 7 of Wands energy all day, every day, which is not fun, and it's not easy to be in that energy. So, all right. So we're going to be moving on to pile 2. If you're just joining us, hello. That one back. Just got to remember, I did 2 tarot cards. We pulled 2 of these on accident. I actually meant to pull 1. I guess we'll see what comes out for pile 2. And then we did 1 of the ancestors. Angels and Ancestors deck. Okay. Getting my life squared away here. So this one, then this one, then this one. Okay. Let's timestamp for pile 2, 3312. And this is going to be a message from your divinely aligned ancestors. Divinely aligned ancestors. And for those of you that selected pile 2, I do feel this is from the mother's line, or the female lineage, whether it's the father's side, mother's side, grandfather's side, grandmother's side, back. So much of that divine feminine energy that has been suppressed, wow, this is so big. They are looking to you now to bring that back into alignment and equality. So equality does not mean, everybody does the exact same thing. Equal to what it is what I'm seeing. Because the divine masculine in alignment and the divine feminine in alignment, when each of those on their own is in alignment and then they come together, literal magic happens. This matrix would dissolve overnight if this is the way our relationships were with other people, not just on a sexual or romantic capacity, but just in general. And to unite those divine masculine and feminine aspects within ourselves, groundbreaking. We are you become that lighthouse. And it's probably one of the hardest things to do, because so many of us are brainwashed and conditioned to be constantly, or as constantly as possible, in this masculine action, make it happen energy. And so many of us, if you actually look into human design, and your specific human design, so many of us are actually not built that way at all. I'm not at all. And yet it's like insanity. I keep putting in all this effort and expecting to receive because of it, but no, because the logic, the brain just gets too involved. But you're looking now to get out of the head and get into the heart, get into the body, get into that divine feminine flow, receptive energy. It's time for you to receive. This does not mean you're sitting around, getting fed bonbons and grapes on your high horse ivory tower all day. No, no, no. We're still taking action. We're still showing up for ourselves and others in our lives, but we're also bringing in this receptive mode of the divine feminine, the divine mother. And that's almost an oxymoron, divine, not divine mother, but feminine and mother. Because the divine feminine energy is very feminine. But the mother archetype of the feminine energy is actually the most masculine of the all three archetypes, the maiden, the mother, the crone. Because the mother is the workhorse, right? The mother is bathing, she's cooking, she's cleaning, not every mother, but, just in general. She's taking on a very masculine role as mother, protector. I mean, the most protective animals and people on this planet are mothers, not fathers, mothers. I got the Empress today too. Just tuning into today's energy, I got the Empress. And that card doesn't come out very often for me at all. So I was like, wow, cool, I'll take it. But yeah, we have the number 37 here. So there's a new beginning that adds up to a 10, which adds up to a 1. New beginning where you're nurturing and you're more compassionate and you're more graceful toward yourself first and foremost. And then it will ripple out for everyone else. All right, what else for pile 1? Message from their divinely aligned ancestors. Sorry, pile 2. Pile 2, we're on pile 2. Divinely aligned ancestors. Message from their divinely aligned ancestors. The King of Swords. Yes, because we are trying to be in that masculine energy. And this is like cutting it off. Let's cut it off. Not forever and not indefinitely, but just for today, just to kind of really allow ourselves to embody this feminine energy. And we can't embody the feminine energy in a masculine way. It's impossible. So this is about, let's get a clarifier specifically on this masculine energy of the King of Swords. Why is this coming out when we're being asked to step into this more feminine flow? Okay, it's about going within, tuning more into the feminine, because even these cards, look at the size difference. The feminine is taking up a bigger area than the King of Swords here. And that's what I see. I love using pocket-sized tarot cards. It's just been, I can fit way more of them on this little desk area. But yes, it's like you're not being asked to completely disintegrate, do away with this masculine energy. It's just to reduce it enough to where you can allow that divine feminine to really show up and flow in your life. And then with the clarifier of the Hermit, and also separating your energy from those who are in their hyper masculine energy, whether they're male or female, it doesn't matter. When people are in go, do, action mode, trying to create abundance all the time, it can be draining even if you're not the one in that action. But if you're constantly in the aura of people who are in that energy, it can be depleting to the feminine energy. So this is about giving that self-care time, that self-love time, that introspection time, the time in nature, the time to journal, the time to learn, the time to focus on your creative pursuits, your talents, your hobbies, your thoughts. This is a very selfish, but not selfish, but like selfless energy that your ancestors are asking you. And on the outside, hey, sure, for those in their masculine energy, this looks super selfish. But you can't pour from an empty cup, pile 2. And that's what your divinely aligned ancestors are trying to let you know, is you cannot pour from that empty cup. And she's even lighting, like she's lit from the inside out. Yeah, there are a few candles there to kind of support, kind of in the background, but that light is emanating from within. And we actually got that message on one of the divine or cosmic question corners that we did. We got that message. So very cool about us allowing our internal light to light the way, and not just, yes, we can rely and lean on and ask for support from outside sources and people and whatever, but the main light source should be coming from within each of us. And that's what's been closed down in society for hundreds, if not thousands of years, because the patriarchy has been leading the way, and that light is very contained within when we're in our just constant masculine energy. But see how that light is literally emanating from her crown? And look how this light, when she's bent forward to look at her list there, or her soul blueprint, or whatever that is, that light is emanated from within. Wow, that's so powerful. I love this. I'm so glad we're doing pick a cards again. This is so fun for me, you guys. All right, we're gonna get a Angels and Ancestors card now. A message for pile 2 from their divinely aligned ancestors. Ooh, look at that. It turned real good for us. The Oracle, wait for important information. And what is waiting? Did you hear this back there? You better be listening up. Waiting is a very receptive energy. Patience is a receptive energy. I call it the dreaded P word around here because, oh my gosh, who wants to sit around and be patient for what's supposed to come to you? And I've really been just the last 2 days diving back into my human design. So like, of course, I am supposed to be, to respond. I am supposed to wait for someone to ask me something to then decide, do I want to do that? Do I not want to do that? And when I go out just trying to bushwhack my way and start things, nothing ever goes in alignment because no one's ready for that. I mean, yeah, maybe I'm on the right path as far as intuition goes, but no one's ready for what I'm trying to give as messages. But when someone comes to me and asks me something, that's when I light up. That's when I can receive the question and then be able to give the answer in just very connected ways. And so many of you in pile 2 are doing this very same thing. But you're waiting for important information. You don't even have to go out and seek like, what should I learn today? No. Your whole life is a walking synchronicity, pile 2, and treat it as such, especially over these next, this weekend alone would be great, but if you can expand it the next 2 weeks through the rest of the year, whatever, treat your life as a walking synchronicity and just kind of pick up yes, of course we have duties we need to perform. We got to go to work. We got to pick kids up from school. We gotta, right? But instead of saying, I have to do this, or I've got to do that, rephrase it and say, I get to do this. And then follow those breadcrumbs. And maybe you get this errant thought that's like, you should look into your human design. Like that's an errant thought I got the other day. And I was like, you know what? Let me just see. I know I've dove into this, but as a Purnavasu moon sign, I love going back to things and digging even deeper into the layers of it. And I think that's why shamanism is really called to me, is just going down into the murky depths, getting down in there into the depths of the darkness and, peeling away the layers. But there's important information that's coming to you. You do not have to go seek it out. It will find you. And especially if you are very tuned into your surroundings, your thoughts, your gut instincts, all of the things. Be very present in the moment because the divine feminine energy really resides only in the present moment. That's where that power, that creative life force power lies, to then be able to take that divine masculine energy to take action, to do something. They're both very present in the now moment. So it's about being in the now moment. All right. So I heard for pile 2, we're doing something a little different. I am, yes, going to pull one of these, or however many comes through. 2 came for pile 1. And I'm also going to pull one of these, I think it's called Sacred Creators, Divine Creators, something, Oracle. But let's first go to this. All right. For pile 2, a message from their divinely aligned ancestors. What does pile 2 need to know? The Mystic. You're the Oracle. You're the Mystic. Yes, you are. The Hermit, another word for Oracle or Mystic. Right? I mean, wow. Wow. So there is a reason you have those dreams. Pile 2. I saw the 1 up there and read it. And new beginning energy. You had the 37, which added up to 10, which added up to 1. New beginning. Hermit, maybe assessing things from the past, but also making plans for the future. But in your own energy. You don't need all these other outside inputs and interferences. And then the number 1. Whatever it is that, there's a reason you have the dreams that you have. What are they? If you have completely lost touch for what you dream about, what you envision for your future, now with that Hermit card might be the time to take some very divine feminine, self-care energy to write down what are your dreams. Just being in that daydream mode is very also divine feminine energy. So daydream. Don't even let the sky be the limit. Just, this is something I actually want to do as kind of a mini exercise or webinar coming up. So sneak peek pile 2 is what is it that we dream of, and how are we going to start going about actually living our dreams, living it, not just hoping that someday, but actually living it. I want to do this with you guys. I want to at some point. We're gonna, maybe if it's only a half hour long where we're diving in and we're kind of, again, making ourselves a little roadmap where it's okay to daydream, because a lot of times we daydream worst case scenarios about the future. So many of us as, in that more masculine energy, that's where we go. But when we're in our feminine energy, we're daydreaming about possibility and potential and what we could create in this world. That's very feminine energy. So what are your dreams? Tune back in, tap back in. Make it a whole day, a whole ritual, a whole sacred space that you're putting around this time, that you're tuning into yourself. All right. Sacred creators. Maybe that's why I was drawn to this for pile 2. Slippery energy, but we're going to pick it up. Is because this is that divine feminine energy we're really tuned into for pile 2. The sacred flow of yes. And I just heard, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no right now. At least over this next few days, if not a little longer, if you could stretch it out. I know we have kids and commitments and jobs, and I know things are going on. So as much, even if it's just a certain part of your day that you're putting this really beautiful, sacred, divine feminine container around yourself, to be in the sacred flow of yes and only do the things that are a yes to you. Very powerful. And what number do we have there? 33. So the number 3, creative energy, allowing it to flow. And that creative energy can only flow when we get out of our mental process. Yes, we can get good ideas that kind of drop into the mental process, but usually these creative ideas and life force energy, it comes from within us, from our spirit. It doesn't come from our very linear, logical thought process. So getting in the flow of your flow, for some of you, maybe really connecting back into your natural cycle, for those of you that have a cycle still, and for those of you that are maybe post-menopause or you're a male and you don't really have a cycle, you can create a cycle for yourself. Just decide when day 1 is and then follow the energies of the menstrual cycle. And I forgot what they call it. Let me look it up. I watched this video. This is a great explanation of how this can resonate for you. So let me find it. I gotta go to my playlists. I gotta go to my rewatch playlist. I've started a rewatch playlist because there's so many gems that are just out there that I don't want to lose and forget about, So let me find it. All the way down, keep going. All right, let's see if I hope I saved it here. I know I set the intention. Okay, it's called an infradian rhythm. I'm going to pause it. Okay, so it's by a creator just named Mo, M-O. Come on. Okay. Let me put my lighting up so you can see it better. Okay, so check out infradian rhythm. What really is a period explained, and for men too. Because most men I know also have a woman in their lives, whether it's a mom, a daughter, a sister, a friend, a coworker, whoever. Almost every man that I know has a woman in their life in some capacity, right? But if you yourself are a woman, pal too, this can be, even if you think, oh, I already know all that, sometimes it's good for that reminder so that you can set your work schedule or your life, your regular routines around your flow or your, menstrual cycle. And again, for those of you that don't have one, or you're, I know a lot of different birth controls and stuff will take a cycle away. You can just start whenever you decide, okay, today's day 1 of the cycle, and then live your life according to the feminine cycle. Men don't have to do this. Women are the ones who really benefit from this. Yes, I've lost touch with my childhood dreams and feel kind of lost in terms of purpose. And usually when we are feeling directionless or purposelessness, it's because in some capacity, the divine feminine has been suppressed in our lives, in our own body, in our own field. So getting back in touch with that divine feminine energy, you will not be mistaken for your purpose anymore at all. Wow, 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 wow. Powerful. I think I needed all of these messages too, so I'm glad I selected all 3 piles for myself today. Oh, did I put that in the wrong one? Probably, yes. You don't go to this school. I used to accidentally do that on my live stream channel, like way back in the day. I'm like, you don't go to this school. All right. Last but certainly not least, we're getting into pile 3 momentarily after I get everything put away. And who knows what pile 3 has in store, because each pile has had maybe some similarities, but also vastly different messages all in one. So who knows? Who knows what we're getting? Oh, did I? Okay. Put these in the correct way. But of course, if they come out reverse, there's a reason for it, so we're just going to roll with it anyway. There it is. All right. Everything is here. Yes, yes, and yes. Okay. Time stamping. We're at 51:02. Pile 3, or those of you that selected the number 3, or the calming waters, peaceful self-regulation. Okay, pile 3, you may not want to hear this, but it's time to take a break. Even if you've been like, well, I've been pretty lazy, Amanda. I don't know what you're talking about. I've been taking a break. I'm talking about a mental and physical, emotional break. Get out in nature and just be a human being, not a human doing. That's the first message coming through from your divinely aligned ancestors. Take a break. Regulate yourself. And one of the best ways you can regulate yourself energetically is put your bare feet, bare hands on Mother Earth, on the ground. Or if it's cold where you're at, hug a tree, literally. Just put your hands on a tree, your palms, hug a tree. There's so much grounding energy, and you can even send your negative energy into that tree. Believe me, they will not be offended. They actually use that energy. Just, you know how we exchange oxygen and carbon dioxide with trees and plants. What we don't need, they need, and what they give off, we need, right? It's the same thing with your negative energy. You can give that energy that you're just looking to offload either into the earth or into a tree. They will gladly take it because they can use it. They can benefit from it. So don't feel you're hurting the tree by giving it all your negativity and toxic energy. No, they know what to do with that. It's regeneration. But what I'm seeing with this is being self-regulated. So some of you might want to look into healing your adrenals. Your adrenal glands may be out of whack or completely fried in some capacity. If you've been already on this journey where you're working to really get back in tune with your hormones and your adrenals and your parasympathetic nervous system, you're just getting yourself regulated and in this state of symbiosis, you're already on that right track. So you've been doing your homework. So good job, pile 3. For those of you that are like, I have no idea what you're talking about, maybe you can get on that train and start learning how to be very symbiotic in your physical body, because we are being attacked from every single angle. The air, the water, the food. What we literally wear on our bodies can be highly toxic. Even if we wash it when you first get it, just the materials, like I know this for sure, this shirt, I ordered it online, Etsy. I love Etsy. But there's so much plastic in this, and plastic interrupts. It interrupts our, we were talking on the last live stream about the toroidal field, the magnetic field that the heart creates. Well, plastic, yes, I know, I'm wearing plastic. It interrupts that. It interrupts the flow of nature. One of the best fabrics you can wear on your body is linen. I know it's funny because I've been on this very conscious journey of, not just conscious consumption, but also consuming the things that is organic or in alignment with the earth, the true original organic blueprint of this planet as I can. So and I know it's not going to be an overnight thing, because I can sometimes go to extremes, all or nothing, just going vegan overnight, or just stopping this one thing all overnight. I know a lot of times because I'm so passionate about something and I just want to get it going, get it done. But I know it's more beneficial for me to just kind of ebb and flow from one way of existence to another. So this is not a hard stop for you, pile 3, to just give it up all overnight. This is a very ease into this next chapter of life. You maybe are cutting certain cords, cutting certain foods out, cutting certain situations or toxic people out of your life. But you don't have to do it all in one day. you can just, it's a journey. Life really is a journey, and you're ebbing and flowing, tides coming in, tides going out. But you're doing it in a very creative and very unique way to you, pile 3. All right, let's see other messages from your ancestors for divinely aligned ancestors for pile 3. Pile 3. Ooh, you get 2 right off the bat. We have the Death card and the 10 of Swords, 2 major death energies. And I think that's why this message of you don't have to just crush it all overnight comes in, is because there will be external things, and has been in your life up to this point, external things that just ended abruptly without your consent or your knowledge, or it just completely threw you off kilter, devastated you. And I'm kind of going back to pile 1 energy of that 3 of Swords we got for pile 1, but it was very transformational. So if you felt called pile 3 to pile 1, there might also be a message over there for you. But what I see with this is you're going to be finished, completely finished with something that you're not coming back from in the same energy. It's very phoenix rising from the ashes, but instead of a phoenix that passed away, became the ashes, burned up, you're now coming out as a lion or a tiger or an owl or something completely different. You're completely metamorphosizing yourself. Yes, for some of you, it may be because, or you can look back in your past pile 3 and find those times where something completely threw you off guard, completely passed away, completely just upended in your life, and look back, and I would say 9 times, if not 10 times out of 10, pile 3, you can say, yeah, that really sucked, and that was heartbreaking, and that was horrible and heart-wrenching and just the worst thing ever. But I can see how, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't be the person I am today. Or I learned such a lesson from that I've grown in this way, that way, this way, that way. Whatever that looks like for you. But you can point back to maybe looking back, for me personally, it was the house fire when I was 13. How devastating. Right before I start 8th grade, my house burns down, like 2 weeks before. Devastating. But we, as you grow and learn and look back, and hindsight being that 2020, you realize that there was so many valuable gifts in that. And I hate to say that because it was such a toxic time too. Like so much, having to literally live on top of your brother, your sister, 3 dogs, and your mom in this tiny little camper. I won't even tell you the horror stories of just how much we hated each other at that time. But again, you build it back, and you reestablish yourself in the new energy. And, it took years for me to, not be in this like major teenage attitude toward my mom. I think I was probably 25 by the time I grew out of that. And I'm sure she's grateful I grew out of that. Because I could fight with her, I could challenge her, and now we don't have that dynamic at all. At all. So you can look back on those times. This might even be about family dynamics or dynamics with someone from your past that's no longer in your life. Could be someone still in your life. It's going to be different because this is a collective, pile for those of you that selected pile 3. But look back. You can see, yeah, that was really toxic, and maybe I acted in toxic ways to them, or as a result of, or whatever. Because we all have our garbage and our skeletons in our closet, So this really is about finding a calm way to dig those skeletons out. You don't have to rip the rug out from under yourself, because life has a good enough job of doing that for you, right? You don't have to add fuel. You don't have to gasoline that fire up. when your life is a dumpster fire, you don't have to throw gasoline on it. What I want you to do, and what your beautiful, amazing, divinely aligned ancestors want you to do with that dumpster fire, is warm those cold hands of yours. Just warm them up. Literally warm them up. Don't get too close that your mittens catch on fire, but just ease into it, because you guys have been through it, pile 3. We all have. We all have. So let's see any other messages from pile 3's divinely aligned ancestors coming in hot. The Lady. Enjoy growth and reap rewards. Even if you do have those setbacks, those dumpster fires, or literal house fires like I had. It's like you're the phoenix rising from the ashes. And what I'm seeing in my mind's eye with this card is this tree being chopped down. At one point, this tree had been chopped down, or a tree in this vicinity had been chopped down, and it was devastating. But one apple fell, and that apple rotted, and the seeds contained within that apple, one of those seeds buried itself down in the depths. Phoenix energy, right? And that little seed sprouted and it popped back through the surface. And now what you see today is a whole new tree bearing its own fruit and starting a whole new cycle. And that's what I see for you, is enjoying the growth and reaping the rewards so that you don't have all these dumpster fires that you're having to scrabble and scramble and try to have to be that phoenix rising from the ashes. You can let that phoenix having to rise from a literal pyre, you can leave that in your past. Because you've learned so many valuable, I got chills, pile 3. You learned so many valuable lessons from having to do things the hard way that you don't have to tap into that absolute destruction before you can rebuild energy anymore. And this includes relationships. This includes stability, finances, just hobbies or businesses you're starting. You don't have to just decimate the whole thing and start over or have it decimated out from under you because you've learned so many lessons here. Wow. All right. What else does pile 3 need to know? And I found what we're doing for pile 3. Wow, 3. So you get 3. So we'll kind of condense these because we're also going to do a starlight card. So wow, there's a lot. Your ancestors have a lot to say, pile 3. So let's get started. The shaman. So because you guys are, able to have these dumpster fires and you throw the gas on the dumpster fire, you are my actual shamans here. So all 3 piles have been some sort of mystic alchemist or what were the other words? Shamans. Mystics, oracles, all y'all. So some of you probably did select all 3 piles. This is Lunatics, Insight, and Cosmos with the shaman. Am I crazy or is it the moon? Oh, it's the moon, honey. It's the moon. Don't worry. We're closing out that negative cycle. Yes, we are. You are gaining insight from yourself. You don't need the moon to make you intuitive. You just are that which you seek. You are that which you seek. You don't need the moon to make you intuitive. You don't need the moon to, reincarnate you back here. No. You're taking your power back, pile 3. And another 30. Well, we have the number 3 and then a 30. So piles 2 and 3, I think, had a lot of 3s going on. Well, pile 1 as well with the 3 swords. So lots of 3 energy. That just might be the collective number is like 3 or 333. Something like that. Wow. And then we have the flower child. 1 + 4 is 5. So big change is coming, flower child, with your momentum, creativity, and action. And it says in the book here, I hope that I hope that over everyone else, you learn to make yourself proud. So you're not doing things for other people or their benefit anymore. You're putting yourself first. And again, that kind of goes back with that. Oh, that's selfish energy of pile 2. I think it was pile 2. But no, it's actually selfless to fully love yourself and do things for yourself because that's what you want to do, because you're living in alignment with your true spirit when you do that. And of course, then other people will absolutely, and they just benefit so much. Like, that's what we don't understand. And Phoenix rising from the what? What for you in the back there? Rebirth again. And the number 13 is the death card. So like, we're just repeating ourselves at this point. Do we even need a starlight message? Probably not, but I'm going to get it anyway. 13 is the death card. Literally. Rebirth. Death and rebirth. Because with every death comes a rebirth. It can never not be that way, at least in this realm. You're shedding the chrysalis and taking risks. So you are emerging from that chrysalis when you're ready. It's time to leave the old behind. Then you won't have these dumpster fires to have to throw gas on. You can leave certain things behind and then warm your hands in that dumpster fire and then start planning for something new. And 13 is that divine feminine energy, so called back to pile 2. So it's no wonder a few of us at least have selected all 3 piles today because they are so delicately and intricately intertwined. I love it. So each pile really is an extended reading to the next. And you can even watch them in a different order and get a completely different message. That's what I love about this. So void energy. Yeah. Oh, pile 1 alchemist, second pile oracle, and then the third was the shaman. I love it. And so many of us are all 3. Really. All right. Closing statement from pile 3's divinely aligned ancestors. Eclipse. Celebrate cycles. What are we just talking about? First with the moon, like literally you eclipse that moon right out of your life. Like you're eclipsing, your spirit is eclipsing any moon energy. You're taking your power back from the moon, pile 3, and you're celebrating the cycles. Instead of throwing that gas on that dumpster fire, again, you're celebrating it by warming your hands instead of, because you're still interacting with the dumpster fire, but in a very detached way. When you're throwing gas, I'm picturing us as a collective that selected pile 3, mascara running down our face, charging in with rage at that dumpster fire with this big old can of gasoline that we're just mommy dearest style all over no wire hangers, like freaking out. We don't have to engage with it at that level anymore, pile 3. Instead, we are those, we are decentering ourselves from the drama. We are decentering ourselves and detaching ourselves from the drama, and instead getting what benefit there is from the dumpster fire. Well, my hands are kind of cold. Let me warm them up. Let me best use these energies in this now moment. What can I gain from this horrible thing that has just happened in my life? Instead of going at a rage, throwing more gas on it, and just completely blowing things up, instead, pile 3, you're saying, well, that kind of sucked. Not gonna lie, that sucked. And of course, feel your feelings about it. Be rageful, be whatever, but don't stay stuck in that. Because then you're going to detach and say, well, what am I benefiting from this obstacle, from this challenge, from this problem? Or as I like to call problems, opportunities for growth. The second and third piles called to me before the confusion. And I mention before the reading that I felt a strong divine feminine energy. There you go. Yeah, I love it. And then on the back of the deck, we have Mirror Guardian. It's time to reflect, which is a very feminine energy right there. Reflect. Oh no, hi Tanya, I love you. My cousin Tanya's here, everybody. Another YouTube failure to notify me that you're online. Don't you just love it? I know. They're very stingy with their notifications these days, but that's okay. We're still gonna get these messages out and they'll find people when they need to find them, or if they don't need to find them, they weren't meant for that message. That's kind of just where I'm at with it. I'm warming my hands with the dumpster fire that is the YouTube algorithm on my channel. That's what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, this was so fun, you guys. I mean, yeah, we touched some pretty touchy topics here. Pretty deep and wounded topics here, but yet at the same time, I think we're finding fun, non-catastrophizing ways to integrate all of this heaviness that is coming up. Because that's something I've been getting into. Again, with this whole human design thing that I've been back on the human design kick again past few days, is there's a major shift. Like 400-year cycle that is ending February 14th of 2027. So the whole underlying energy that's been in everyone who's alive right now, including all the tortoises out there that live like 200 plus years, even they're going to be in a new energy come February 15th of 2027. And I have so many revelations that I want to talk about it. I want to talk about it on maybe a little webinar or something. And you don't even have to be into human design or know your own human design or anything about human design to actually get benefit from what I want to talk about this. So I'm going to maybe write this down because I also want to do that like planning, webinar, whatever we're going to call these things, seminar, webinar. And fun fact, one of the, oh gosh, what do they call them? Incarnation cross. It's called the incarnation cross of the sleeping phoenix that we're moving into. And it's all about being aligned to spirit. You can't make this stuff up. I cannot wait to talk about it. I cannot wait to talk about who actually first and foremost wants to know about the energies, because I think we can all feel it. We can all know that this dumpster fire that we're currently in, we can feel big rumblings of change. And yes, maybe those dumpster fires, there are going to be people out there throwing their gasolines, rage-filled, mascara running down, no wire hangers, mommy dearest, running at these next, I mean, we're already in that energy. Let's just be blatantly honest. Probably these last, well, from the time that this switches over in 2027, well, 7 years before that is 2020. So the 7 years of tribulation till we get to this 2027 time point. Oh, I'm a generator too, Tanya. So is Wrigley. And Boston's a manifesting generator. So I got a lot of awesome generators in my life. I love generators. Yeah. So I'll maybe give you guys a heads up the live stream before we dive into this webinar. Just so you can at least go get your own basic information. You don't have to dive in and know what everything means. I barely touched the tip of the iceberg on this. This is like the 4th time that I'm starting to go back into it. The first time, I think it lasted about 3 months. I researched as much as I could learn, like 3 months, day after day, hours and hours a day, just diving in and learning and learning and learning and learning and learning. And then the second time I dove in, I think it only lasted about 2 weeks. Then the 3rd time I dove in was maybe 4 days. And now I'm on day 2. Who knows how long this little, whatever. But because I can feel, just we're on October 25th right now, and the year 2025 is like on the horizon. Like it's within touching distance right now. And once we're in 2025, 2027 is literally like 2 years away from that. Less than 2 years. Once you get into 2025, it's like 18 months away, Well, at the halfway point, June of 2025, we're 18 months away from 2027. And it's not, again, ebb and flow. These energies overlap each other. So we're already feeling it. But again, on that day, February 15th of 2025 or 2027, we're not going to just hard stop into these new energies. It's a very ebb and flow. But we're already feeling it. We've been feeling it, I would say, since 2020. And how a lot of these systems can't operate the way they have been. We're going to go over it. I am going to tune back in, take all sorts of notes, and then present to you guys. So you don't have to go out and find the information, because I've already just been doing this for fun on my own. So why not? Why not present it to you guys, right? I can't wait. I'm so excited for 2027. And fun fact, I think it's the 10th of February, 2027, I switched Mahadashas from Mercury into K2 or South Node. So like, bring on the spiritual vibes. Bring on the detachment vibes. I'm coming for you, detachment vibes, coming 2027. And that's in my 3rd house of communication. So you best believe I'm going to be communicating about all these shifts and changes. My husband's a projector. Projectors are awesome. Projectors inspire me like no other, because you guys ask the best questions, and that's what generators love, is to be asked questions. Yes. Especially yes-no questions, because intuitively we have this built-in sacral center energy that when you ask us a yes-no question, we can say uh-huh or uh-uh. We can just keep our mind closed off, which I have too many gates. I have, the 6124 gate or channel. It's both gates from the head to the ajna center, I think it's called. I have that link there, which I can't turn my mind off. But I've learned, as someone with ADHD, that I can keep my mind doing whatever it's doing, but also tune into my intuition, like, simultaneously. It's the weirdest. When I tried to explain it to my husband, like, it was probably about 3 months back. I'm like, this is how my brain, and then this, and then like, I just know this. And he's like, I think he just got a headache listening to me, let alone, like, he didn't even know what to say. I'm like, that's just my life. That's how I don't turn off. I don't, not even when I'm sleeping. I just can't. That's why I do this a lot when I talk. Or I'm always like bouncing my leg or my knee. Always. Oh, your husband and daughter are generators. Oh, so this is a way. Here's a little life hack for you, for Kashvi, to get her to do things. Okay, so instead of saying, hey, Kashvi, you need to clean your room, what you should say instead is, hey, Kashvi, would you like to have a really comfy, clean room? And of course she's going to go, uh-huh, or yeah. Well, then you should clean it. Don't tell her to clean it. Ask her, would you like to benefit from this? And if she says, uh-huh, I'm like, it's weird, because there's a thing called pathological demand avoidance, which, yep, that's a generator thing. Not all generators have that going on, but a lot of us, we can't be told we have to do things. We need to be asked if we want to do things. Which, I mean, who wants to do dishes? Never. But I know there's a benefit. Like, I even try to ask myself, would I be excited about a clean, decluttered, non-disgusting sink? Yes, I would. Let's do these dishes, even though I don't want to, but I now have the energy to do it because I've done it the right way. is about to ask her to clean her room and fold laundry. Okay, so ask her instead, wouldn't it feel good to have all your laundry folded and put away? Uh-huh. Well, then let's go get your laundry done. It's kind of like ask the question and then present. Yeah. Look into that, Amber, if you want to find a good way. Look into asking generators questions. Just Google it or YouTube it or whatever, because you're going to get a plethora. It's going to be groundbreaking, because this is something I've been struggling with Wrigley. Like Boston, I'll ask him to do something. He'll usually do it. Wrigley, I'll ask him 8, 10, 12 times, and he's still just kind of, he's over here, he's over here. He's done 4 things since I asked him to do the one thing. So last night I asked him, wouldn't you feel really good with a good night's sleep? Because I'm, again, getting back into this human design, so I'm learning life hacks as I go. I asked him, wouldn't it feel good to just get such a good night's sleep? He's like, yeah. I'm like, then we should go to bed now. He's like, yeah. Where if I had asked him, hey, go get in bed, he'd have found 4 other projects to start before getting to bed last night. It worked. I'm like, wow. And I'm the same way. We're both, Wrigley and I are both pure generators. Boston's a manifesting generator, which is also a generator, but manifesting generator. So it's slightly different, but at the end of the day, a manifesting generator, the core of who they are is a generator. So yeah. Yeah, I hate it. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much I love you. If you demand that I do something, demanda is out the building. I don't do well with demands. If you ask me, and hey, maybe in that moment I don't want to do something, but because you've at least presented something to me, and maybe the energy shifts 2 hours from then, and then I feel like doing it, I'll do it then. I need to talk with my husband on how to get me to do everything he's ever wanted. Right? Her teacher said her mind is running turbo speed. She actually used to use the word turbo. I can completely relate. I can relate so bad, so hard. I want to be doing 4 things at once, but yet like master of all of them. That's just how I am. I don't know what it is. I mean, I do know what it is. It's literally written in the human design. And this is not us bowing down and worshiping our human design, but this is literally seeing how both the matrix and our spirit got involved to create the soul blueprint for our lifetime. This and numerology and all the different astrologies are like cheat codes to see what the matrix and your spirit, because your spirit also had to be involved. Not fully. I mean, most of what we have going on is matrix construct. But when we can get to the spirit of our chart, and if you want to look in your human design where your spirit energy or kind of your destiny, look to your, it's the black. So there's a personality and an unconscious, or so it's like personality and design. And it might be backwards because I'm, I don't remember which way's which on this backwards camera. So the red side of everything lined up on the side, that is your design, I think. Let me remember. Well, the red I know for sure is unconscious. It's unconscious. So it's something you don't purposely do. Doesn't mean it's bad or whatever, but you're unconscious of it. And then the black line, of all the little tiles on the side there, that is what you are conscious of. But there's so much, like your untapped potential is in the unconscious side. But look to the black north node, which it looks like a Lululemon symbol, like this. And then there's one that's a upside down Lululemon symbol. That's the south node. We're looking for, it looks like this. That's what it looks like. That's the north node, or Rahu energy for those of us with Vedic love. That is really your point of focus. But 70% of what makes up your personality and who you are, you look to the conscious sun. It's usually that very top black. It's a circle with a little dot in the middle. That's 70% of who you are. You just look into that gate, where that gate is in your human design. You're going to know 70% of what the matrix and, of course, your spirit's intertwined within it a little bit. What's planned for you. And how you're going to react and how you're going to show up and what you're going to be drawn to. That alone will tell you so much. But then you look into your incarnation cross, which is your conscious earth, your conscious sun, conscious sun, unconscious sun, your conscious earth, and unconscious earth. So it's both sun and earth, conscious and unconscious. So 4 different gates that you will look to, and that forms your incarnation cross, which is also a big part of who you are and what you're here to do. Yeah. She's unconscious of it for sure. She asked me to make her conscious and ask her to slow down. She ends up saying things that are not appropriate for others because she has already made the decision inside her mind considering the situation. Oh yeah. Same. Like I did so much of that growing up that I'm like, if I could just take this version of who I am now that knows more about that and held my inner child's hand, which I'm going to do some journeys back and back and back and back. I already did one with a 2-year-old version of myself and actually regained 3 soul fractals that were fractured or fractaled off because of a certain instance that happened when I was 2 years old. I already went back and got those fractals back. Soul fractals. Oh, what hard work we're here to do, you guys. It's so worth it, though, to do the work. And look what's staring at me on the back of the deck. Shaman. And the higher forces we're trusting in is our true spirit and the original source. This isn't outside entities or the matrix. No. This is our own higher force that is within our own body here. It runs this whole body. If our higher force left this body would pass away instantly. Or we'd have a near-death experience until that life force got put back in. You know what I mean? We are so powerful. If we only knew. And I'm still like, if I only knew, and I like will get a little higher on that totem pole, but like my spirit's like, no, human potential's way up here and you're way down here, Amanda. Like, just keep going. And I'm like, well, but it's not possible because like gravity and like this, and we have to decondition and deprogram and or unbrainwash ourselves to what we were told reality is and what is possible. And that's why the shamanics, there's the ordinary conscious world and then the shamanic consciousness world. And going into that more shamanic state of consciousness, anything is possible. You can fly, you can turn into a worm, you can become a tree, you can like glitch yourself from one reality to another. That's the beauty of our imagination and going into these other realms. We have that power and ability. I saw that card when it was in your hands. It was calling to us, but I didn't say anything. Well, I'm glad you got the message. There it is. I love that. All right. We have some donations. We're going to move into donations, and you can still vote in our poll if you want to do a positive question or a reading, giveaway, and drawing. It looks like so far the reading and giveaway is winning. Reading, giveaway, and drawing, I should say. Which, cool. We haven't done that in a minute. I love both. I'm just so down for whatever you guys want to do. That's why I leave it to you to choose. Because if I chose, I don't care either way. I'm loving all of this. I'm just having way too much fun being with you guys. All right. We're going to get into... so we have a donation from Amber, and we have a donation from Marlene. Full read for Amber and a 1 card for Marlene, but you guys know me. It's never just 1 card. Oh, I can read for you later. Okay, we're going to move into Marlene's question first. Absolutely. I was going to ask you, do you want to do it now or toward the end? I know you like to wait because you do have to get Kashvi. I did see that. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do Marlene's reading and then we'll do the giveaway or drawing or whatever it is that's voted on. So far that's winning. That's why I said that. And then we'll get into your reading. And if you're not back, I will timestamp it. So don't worry. Okay, let's get into Marlene's question. All right, Marlene. Oh, timestamp for pile 3 was 51:02. And of course, that might be off by anywhere from 3 to 20 seconds, I've noticed, which is weird. I don't know why. Because I'm literally looking at the live clock, 1 hour, 24 minutes, and 16 seconds as of right now. Now 18, 19, 20. Does anyone else feel like the seconds? You used to go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi when we were kids. Now it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like time is just going way faster. I know, I feel it. Like I'm. It's not just a maybe. No, it is. maybe listen in the background, but I'll do my best to comment. Oh, no worries. And you don't even ever have to comment. That just really, if you guys comment and give nuance to it, that just gives a deeper, reading for you. Yeah. So go ahead and post. Did you post a question in PayPal? I don't think I see it. No. So go ahead and post your question, Marlene, and then we will, unless you already did. Maybe you already did. Maybe I missed it. She might have already done it. And I thought I saw Florence earlier. Hi, Florence. If I did not shout you out, I mentally shouted you out earlier. And Banana Anna S as well. Hello. Hello, ladies. And anyone else I missed, just say hi right now and I'll shout you out. Yeah, I don't know if Marlene... I thought she commented today, but I'm not finding it. I could be wrong. Might have been someone else. All right. Just a general. All right, perfect. We're going to get into it for Marlene, and we're going to go to the Cozy Witch Tarot. Cozy Witch. Because there's Modern Witch and Cozy Witch, and I have both. And they are not the same at all, but I don't know, for some reason, sometimes I mix them up. And I got the pocket edition of this because I'm like, I just want to be able to take that with me. And sometimes the bigger edition is just, I don't know, too big. All right, Marlene. Tuning into Marlene's spirit. 6 of Pentacles. We have someone digging. Anyone remember doing this in the 90s? Digging through your couch to find pennies and quarters so you could go buy candy at the store? Just me? Okay. Every blessing you give will eventually be returned to you. So if there's something you're looking to invest your time, your money, your love, your attention into, it's coming back to you. And if it hasn't been returned yet, it's still on the horizon. Okay, so these two, I'm shuffling in upside down. So these came out in reverse, but we'll read them here. So curiosity is a type of magic. So even if you've been feeling like not very curious about things, maybe that's coming back to you. Or you're just getting this curiosity, kind of like we were talking about in one of the piles. I want to say it was pile 2. It was like the walking synchronicity. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone remembers. The walking synchronicity. Like just allowing life to, you just lean into where you're curious. Like, I wonder what that's all about. I wonder what's in that little library I just passed. That I love this card. I know this inspired a whole thing where Brianna had to go hunt down a book in a little library. But yeah, maybe you're passing a park and you're like, I think it'd be fun to walk in that park, or go down to the river over there, or just follow curiosities. And we also have here the High Priestess, Divination Witch. When in doubt, your first gut instinct can always be trusted. So if you are in human design, a generator, you can have someone ask you questions. And here's a hack. If you're someone who your mind gets involved, like if it's for someone else, my mind doesn't get involved because I don't usually have any skin in the game, But when it's a question like, should you take this job, or should you move over here, or should you do this? Like big life questions, my mind always tries to hijack the situation. So what I have to do, or what I should do, is write them out, and then have my husband maybe put a number to each question, and then ask me, so let's see, is the answer to question number 3 a yes? And then I would go or But you are asking, your first gut instinct is correct. So whatever it is that you are manifesting, trying to figure out, planning, your first gut instinct is usually correct. All right, we're going to go into some tea leaf oracles for Marlene. What else does Marlene need to know? I just got this rush of excitement, like I just heard something's about to give, but not in like a way where someone's going to explode, but like it's almost like the dam is breaking in abundance, opportunities, excitement, good changes, like changes that are good that you're excited about. But let me just caveat to say that even good changes can sometimes be a little bit stressful. And I'm really seeing this energy leading into November, December, through the end of the year for you, Marlene, is maybe just everything's kind of piled on at once. Yes, it's all exciting and fun and you're ready for it in some capacity, but maybe there's, this daughter has to go to a birthday and I got to get a birthday gift for that kid. And then, we got to plan Halloween, and we got to plan, Thanksgiving, and then I got to Christmas gifts, and like just all the life things and, kind of the holiday season coming in hot, just might be kind of getting you a little bit amped up. But you have the ability to kind of pull back when you need and just kind of take some breaks. But allow that curiosity, especially if you're kind of confused on like what direction to go with any of what we just talked about. Just allow curiosity to guide you one way or another. All right, we have butterfly, a change for the better. All these changes, I didn't even look at these yet, but here it is. I mean, I glanced like this, but I had this covered, so I saw it was a butterfly, but I love that. A change for the better. So something is changing for the better. But like I said, even those good changes we're excited to make can sometimes come with a little bit of friction or bittersweet or, well, got to roll up my sleeves, get that elbow grease going so I can, get this gumption to make something happen. Then we have heart, love, deep affection, and caring. There might even be a change coming to the way that you show up in your relationships, your connections with those you love, friends, family, significant other, your kids, all the fun things. Where are we going next? Okay, let's go to the Money Moves Oracle. These aren't just all money and career cards, but for some reason I was guided there, so we're doing it. Anything else Marlene needs to know before we close out? Amber's raising her hand like, yeah, I dug through the couch too. Ooh, many choices. Big changes and big choices coming in hot. And there's balloons here, so this might have to do with some sort of celebration or gathering. You're making decisions or choices, but also opportunities abound when you are in a dilemma. All roads lead to Rome. Look at your options. No wonder. But there's something ending here. The cycle is over. It's time for you to make a change, rebirth. It's time to say goodbye to something. But that's like that sleeping phoenix or the phoenix rising from the ashes that we got in pile 3. I don't know if you selected pile 3 or we're here for it, but there might be some messages in pile 3 for you because of that. Something's ending, though, to make room to make a change for the better. And there's many choices. You don't have to just, well, this is ending and my only choice is to go right here now. This thing is ending. And then there's like, it's like 7 of Cups energy of possibility, hope. How many balloons are there? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11-ish. I mean, they're kind of stacked. I counted you can kind of see a balloon here, but 11. That's a lot of possibilities. That's a lot of opportunities. And sometimes when we get that 7 of Cups or lots of opportunity energy, confusion can come in. So if there is any confusion for Marlene surrounding these choices or changes, where should she lean or rely? On the new beginning. Well, obviously, that's a duh. That's a big duh right here. But lean toward the opportunities that are a new beginning for you, that will start that new job or life or clean sweep for you, that will help you hit a reset. So you're not just looking to revamp some old thing. You're looking to completely discard and start over in some area of life. I mean, that can literally be like getting a whole new couch rather than trying to reupholster an old couch. It can be something like that. It doesn't have to be literal, but it's like there's one portion of your life you're ending completely to start something over, completely clean slate, refresh, shake that Etch-a-Sketch, let's get something new going. And it feels exciting, but yet again, maybe a bit stressful just because of the time of year we're in. And there's already a lot going on for, most parents. I know you're a parent. This time of year, things can get a bit, you're as mom, you don't want things to slip through the cracks, but it's like, just breathe. You got this, Marlene. All right. So I hope that resonated for you. Even if you're not sure what this is all about yet, you'll know within probably 2-3 weeks. Yeah. New energy. And it says, don't you see how your passion makes you glow? So there's something in these next few weeks, Marlene, you're going to be super passionate about, and allow that passion and then again that curiosity that you're leaning into to guide the way on this new path of opportunity and new beginnings and of course endings. Because endings, like we were saying in the pile 3, I think it was, you can't separate the death from the rebirth, because after one comes the other, and then after one comes the other, and then after one comes the other. Linda loves the Etch-a-Sketch analogy. Oh, it's either a no or a yeah. Because when you're a kid, if you got a really cool design, like I was like obsessed with trying to make as many circles as I could, because it was not easy to make circles on an Etch-a-Sketch. And then if that got shook or like partly bumped and then like you could still kind of see it but wasn't sharp anymore, you're like, no, I was working on that. And it's not like back in the day you could just take your phone. Like this is what we would do with Boston to Wrigley's Etch-a-Sketch. Oh, that's a really cute picture. Let's take a picture of it so we have it. And, usually after like 6, 8, 10 months, they're like, they forgot all about it, and I'm going through all the pictures on my phone. I'm like, do you guys want to keep this? Nah, just delete it. Why? But back then, we didn't, yeah, we had the point and shoot and the Polaroids, but no one was sitting there taking a picture of the Etch-a-Sketch screen. Probably not. So when that happened, it could either be, yeah, this is a mess, let's just start over, or no. But I'm seeing you, Marlene, in the energy of, yes, shake it up. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad you loved it. I loved it. That was so like inspiring. Like there's some really exciting energy, like an influx of exciting, warm, cozy energy, but there's a lot of action to get you into that warm coziness. So if this is some sort of like room overhaul, like I'm seeing like the living room and the couch again, the couch analogy's coming back. Maybe the Etch-a-Sketch is sitting on the coffee table. I don't know. But what I'm seeing is, instead of trying to clean up all this old, dusty, whatever, and I'm not saying your whole home is old and dusty, but like my couch is old and dusty. Let's just put that out there, that instead of trying to repair it or, reupholster or whatever, it's like, let's just, new vibe, new time, let's do it. Like, that's what I see. So, and that's the thing is there may be certain elements of an area of life or a relationship or a situation you're in, Marlene, that you're like, no, I love this aspect of this relationship, so I'm keeping that for sure. But then there's other things you're like, no, just blow the whole thing up, get it out of here, get it out, get it gone. But you are trusting your intuition and leaning into your curiosity to direct you where each one lies, because you also have that high priestess of trusting your first instinct. Like, yeah, no, this is totally done and over. Let's get that gone. Ooh, I do want to keep 2 things out of there, so we'll keep those, but get rid of all this other. Like, you're going to know. You're going to know what needs to stay and what needs to go for your highest alignment. You will know. Hi, Christy. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. All right, Marlene, that was so fun. Okay, so since Amber is off getting Kashvi from school, we're going to do our reading and giveaway has won. Let me hurry up and end the poll before you guys call me a liar and say, no, the other one won, actually. Ending the poll. Today, the winner is a free reading and also a drawing. So buckle up. We're going to get into it. Yeah, and if you've been missing or you're like, what the heck is this Cosmic Questions Corner? Oh my gosh, so fun. What we've been doing each live stream that we've had the Cosmic Question is I ask you guys if you have any questions you want to know about the workings of the world or a conspiracy theory or, I don't know, mainstream news gossip. I mean, whatever you guys want. As long as it's not, hey, is Sam going to call me back tomorrow? Like, that's so personal to you. No one cares except you. So something that at least a good number of our little collective here would care to know the answer to, or at least be curious to know. And let me just show you an example of one that was submitted. Advice for creatives in this weird new world, crazy inflation, crumbling traditional platforms, and dead internet theory, etc. That's by Brandy Lynn. I can't wait to learn that one. I can't wait till we pull that one. I want to know. Or, I mean, I guess if you really want to know who's going to win the election, I could probably already just tell you right now, but I just see some really crazy chaotic energy surrounding that I don't even know. I know what's supposed to happen. Oh, Solar Simon's here, and my example was, is Sam going to call me tomorrow? Maybe Sam's calling you tomorrow. That was just the first name that popped into my head. So funny. Yeah, I love Cosmic Questions. They're so fun. But I also love doing the giveaway and the drawing. So, like, win-win for me. Win-win for me. All right. So we are going to get into the giveaway. And to win the giveaway, all you have to do, you can start right now. Just start popping off names of tarot cards. All you have to do is determine what card I'm pulling out of the deck. Use your intuition, your instinct, your guesser that's in here. What card did I just pull? And you can guess or determine as many cards as you want. Just throw them out. Food. I think you meant fool. I love it. This is cool. And this is a good card. So good energy here. Really good energy. And if we're going and we're not narrowing it down, I will narrow it down for us. I thought someone had it for a second there because I read one above and then one below. I was like, oh, but no, it's a combination. Oh, Suncease, you won! It's the 4 of Wands. Good job. Yay! Congratulations, you have won the giveaway portion. So go ahead and think of a question, Suncease, and go ahead and post it in the comment, and we will get into it momentarily. And everybody, including Suncease and everybody else who's here, go ahead and put the number 333 because I felt that energy really, really vibing in our pick a card portion. Put the number 333 in the chat, and I will write your name down. And we're going to get you entered into this perpetual drawing that already has a whole bunch of names. We're up here. We're all the way up here at the top. We're going to enter everybody who wants to be entered today by putting a 333 in the chat. And of course, I honor this all the way till the end of the live stream. Although if we draw before you put your 333, you won't win today, but we will still enter you. How I roll. Okay, Linda H, let's get you in here. Oh, and I already have some of you lovely people written down from the big thing that we did, the giveaway, the one giveaway, the glow box candle giveaway. Do I see any of you here? Linda, Marlene. I know I had Marlene in here, but did we use all Marlene's numbers or numbers? Little name tags here. Okay, we've got Marlene. I think that's all who's here. I know Linda. Linda was in it as well. We got Linda. We're trying to save a tree around here. All right. I think that's all for who's here. I think, yeah. Okay, so I will write the rest of you out fresh. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. We got Linda. Do Tanya. Perfect. And we have Marlene. We have Suncease. And we have Amber. I'm going to cut some new papers here. We also have Kashvi. All right, anyone else? Put a 333 in the chat. I will enter you into the perpetual, so it's not just today. It goes until it goes. All right, so we have Kashvi going in. Just one. Okay. Tanya going in. We have Amber, 9 in. We have a couple Ambers here, so yes. We have Suncease going in. We have Linda H going in. And we have Marlene. Oh, and Brandy Lynn. Let's get you entered before we draw. Let's write you down. Write you down. All right. And Brandy Lynn. Okay, we're drawing now. Had to pick the kids from the bus. In the nick of time. Okay, here we go. Feel it? Have to really get it. It is Kashvi from like another day because I wrote her on a pink slip today. Kashvi's the lucky winner. Yay! Very exciting. Let's zip it up so we don't lose anybody here. Okay, so Suncease, go ahead and post a question that you would like to have the answer to in the chat, and I'm going to take care of that for you right now, and then we will do the one card pull for Kashvi. You knew she would get it. I love it. I dug down and twisted and dug down, and then I pulled it up from the depths, and a whole handful of other names was here, and I had it pinched, and I'm like wiggling to get everything to leave except Kashvi's name. Well, I didn't know it was hers at the time, but there it is. You're so welcome, Suncease. Absolutely. I'm honored to read for you. So go ahead and post a question. We'll get right into it. If you don't really have a question, we can just leave it open to spirit, whatever you need to know. It's your reading. We'll do it how you want it. All right. drink all the coffee and all the water. Oh, yay, she just came back and is listening with you. Well, while we wait for Sun Cease's question, let me timestamp for Kashvi. And we're at, this way she can come back and watch it anytime. 144.54. Another number I've been seeing a lot. And it's weird because I would go like weeks without seeing any kind of cool synchronistic numbers. But the number 44, 444, and 333 have been following me around lately. So let's get a card for Kashvi. What does Kashvi need to know? In alignment with Kashvi's true spirit. Oh, and I'm shuffling upside down yet again. So there might be some information coming through. I think this was pile 2, if I remember correctly. Pile 2, pick a card. It says, I don't break that easy, not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. The Alchemist, empowerment, pain, sorceress. So yes, using that, that pain to empower you. This really is about any, I'm hearing like the childhood, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. That. But they hurt so bad. Like a bruise, a stick and a stone, like physically you heal from that. I mean, maybe not the trauma of it, because we all know that that's a thing, but words can be just as traumatic as someone physically putting hands on you. So if you are in the energy of having anyone, being rude to you, or I just realized, Amber, make Kashvi look away for a second. I'll show the hand not holding the book. Yeah, I just noticed that. Okay, she can look again. Oh my gosh, that's funny. It's like you're just not standing up for the crap that people are putting toward you. But let's get a fun little animal message as well. And then if you guys want as homework, you can look more up about this spirit animal or spirit medicine coming through for Kashvi. All right. And we have the ladybug. Oh, it's so cute. And it says, this is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all the good things in life. Love it. I guess we're putting gasoline on the dumpster fire. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh, but I love this little message. Yeah, good fortune and abundance. This is like finding a penny on the road, or, a feather for good luck, or a literal ladybug landing on you. That's said to be good luck. And speaking of fires, they used to sing, ladybug, ladybug, fly away home. Your house is on fire and your children will burn. Do you guys remember that? I think there were other verses to it, but that's the only one I remember. Yeah, this is a good luck, really a good luck message. And we used to count the number of spots on the ladybug, and then we were like, that's how many boyfriends you're going to have. I know that's so not associated with the ladybug, but it's coming through. It's a very childlike, innocent energy. And let's just count how many boyfriends Kashvi's going to have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 boyfriends. Oh my gosh, she's busy. She's busy hanging out and going to the mall and holding hands and going to the movies. She's got a lot going on here. Aw, she's not telling you about it. Aw, well, maybe when she's ready, she can open up. Broom is on the back of the deck. Literally cleaning it out. This is the death card, but of course it's very gentle in this Cozy Witch Tarot. The broom is just about cleaning out what doesn't need to be there. And maybe you can even do a cleansing or a clearing with her on just the energy and releasing, letting go of those emotions or the trauma of whatever it was happening. Oh, she was telling you. Why did I say wasn't? Maybe there's something she's not telling you. Sorry to spill the beans, but maybe it's just deeper emotions of it that, they're kind of unsaid. Maybe that's what she's not telling you, is just how it emotionally hurt her, maybe, or something deeper. But you can work with her and literally cleanse. And you can even take your literal broom, just have her stand there with her arms out, kind of legs spread a little bit, and just take the broom and just kind of sweep her aura. Just sweep her aura. Or a feather. A feather is a really good way. Yeah. Just to sweep all the yuck. Just all the stuff that the kids were doing. Because I know it's kids. Kids be doing what kids be doing. A kid told her, and the teacher told on her, and the teacher misunderstood her and reprimanded her. Aw, so sad. Yeah. Yeah, and it wasn't even her fault. Like, that's what I'm getting, is it's just so, like, misunderstanding. But yeah, there may be an apology coming. because this is a time of good fortune and abundance, willing to receive good things. So maybe if it's not an apology, maybe the teacher tomorrow, well, tomorrow's Saturday. Hopefully you don't have Saturday school. Maybe next week the teacher will say something beneficial or positive or good. Or maybe that same kid will apologize. Like, you just never know. Just be open to receive good things from people. But again, it's kind of that shield energy. I think we got in pile 1 about not putting your shields down where the nefarious or bad energies are concerned, but don't also block out the good. You can shield up to lower vibrational energies without shielding out the good stuff. So that's the message for Kashvi. Very cool, very fun. All right, so we're gonna get into Sun Cease's question. And did she post? Let's see. On the fence if I should go back to my family member's house or rent a shared one. I had trouble before with the relative. Yeah, I'm already seeing you're going to fall back in. Well, not so much you, but this relative is going to already start falling back into the same cycle. Interesting, because this is a card about a new home. So I would go a new route, a new direction. Yes, going a new way. If finances were completely strapped and you had no choice but to go back with this relative, I'd say then of course you're gonna have to do what you got to do. But if you have a choice in this matter, go with a shared, a shared house or like a roommate situation. That's going to be more beneficial because you're going to maintain your freedom in a much bigger way if you do it that way. But let's get some additional guidance because that's what we're here for. About this living situation, moving back with the family member or rent a shared one with someone else. Let's see. Yeah, you're gonna keep out of this state of confusion or feeling stuck or feeling stagnant by just empowering yourself and trying to stay in your own energy. And calling on that energy of the Black Jaguar, which is kind of one of my favorites right now. It's like my shamanic guide into the underworld and the upper world and all the worlds when I do my shamanic journeys lately. Such a beautiful, protective, guiding energy. And that's what you're being called here to do, Sun Cease, is to protect your energy at all costs. And living with this relative in the past, you didn't feel secure and protected. And in fact, you felt like your energy or your sovereignty was invaded in some way. Whether they meant to or not, is beside the point. It happened. Energetically speaking, you did not feel your best while living with this relative. So you're going to be able to maintain your sovereignty, your independence, your freedom by having maybe a shared rental situation rather than moving back in with this relative. That would be my guidance. But let's just see the Money Moves Oracle. If there's any additional guidance, wisdom, advice that wants to come through about this living situation for Sun Cease. Ooh, it flipped. We got it. Direction. Do not deviate from your path. Attract a mentor if necessary. Plan where you want to be. And you're already planning ahead now. So you're in a really good spot right now to make the right plan, the right choice. Because what I'm seeing here, and I never realized this about the Two of Wands, but it's so in my face right now. How can I not see it? It's the Two of Wands, which is about planning, and the Two of Wands, which is about planning. It's like two maybe opposing options, and not sure what direction to go. Well, now we're sure what direction to go. Most likely the shared rental situation is going to be your best bet. That is the path that you're meant for at this time. But you can plan where you want to be. Let's see any additional guidance from the Money Moves Oracle about the living situation for Sun Cease into the future here. Power. Oh, Miss Sovereignty herself showing up double. I love this. I love this. And it says, you have the power to take control of your life, career, and finances and living situation. Focus on your needs. Your needs. I think the your needs to be underlined here because it's all about you and not in a selfish way. This is very self-empowering because when we can empower ourselves, we can empower those that are in our resonance or in our vibration, in our energy field. So you're empowering yourself by doing the thing that makes you feel the most empowered, which in this instance, is going to be a rental situation that's not moving back in with that family member. Let's just get one closing statement card. Let's see where we going. I don't know, for some reason we're going to go to the Shadow Work Oracle card. Maybe there's something standing in the way of you feeling very powerful right now because you're kind of like, well, it would just be easier to move back in with that family member, but then yet again, I'm going to have to get my power away if I do that. So really, it isn't the easiest path. But let's just see any advice, guidance, wisdom from this deck for Suncease's living situation in alignment with your true spirit. Authentic self, Miss Sovereignty herself. 3 times in a row coming through, and I already put that other card away. But yes, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Uniqueness and individuality. Because I don't feel you can completely be your true authentic self if you're living with this relative. You either feel like you have to suppress yourself or have to leave the house to be yourself, and that's just not okay. That's not good for you. So I would say shared rental situation is looking like the clear winner here. Clear winner. So I hope that helped you, Suncease, and best of luck in your next journey in life in moving into your new home. But you got the 4 of Wands that won you this reading, so you're gonna have a happy home life coming up. So don't you worry, don't you fret. You're gonna make the most of this. Maybe situation you're currently in feels kind of unstable, chaotic right now, but very soon you'll feel much more stable and secure in your living situation, and it's gonna feel really good. I'm not even just saying that. This feels good. I'm feeling this just like almost sigh of relief energy once you get moved in and the rent and, you know, all the bills are split and you're ready to live your life, you know? You're ready for those next steps. For some reason, I want to pull a card on those next steps. After you're established in your new home with this shared rental situation, Suncease's next steps before we close out. Star power! Become an influence of the company and earn fame, popularity. Step into the spotlight. So, especially at work, it's like once you move, just having a stable and secure residence is going to amplify and boost your career. I love that. That is, I just took another big sigh of relief. Like, finally, I'm making my way. Vanessa Carlton, making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past. I think that's Vanessa Carlton. I would into the sky. What's that song called? 500 Miles or something? Yeah. Oh, I'm just now going to catch up on all your comments. I was somehow way up there where your question was. So let me catch up on your comments. Bye, Tanya. Love you. I'll do that. I still have some choice. Yes, exactly. Yes, seems like a definite go with the shared place. Yeah. Issue has been going on through a dark period health-wise. Oh, gotcha. Yes, I understand. I have to compromise a lot. It did. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the advice. Nice. Totally see that happening. This living situation is disrupting my life and health. Okay. Yeah, you're getting back. You're making your way downtown, walking fast, faces passing. You're homebound. So maybe look into the lyrics of that. It's Vanessa Carlton. And I think it's funny how that's like the power anthem on the movie White Chicks. If you have not seen that movie, I know by today's standard, it's probably not very politically correct anymore, but oh my gosh, is it hilarious. It's always like, I can't even tell you the last time I watched that movie, but anytime I feel really down in the dumps, I'm not there often, but when I get there, I want to watch 2 movies. One is White Chicks, and the other one is called Let's Go to Prison. Those movies can lift my spirits all the way to the ceiling. I love it. I don't think I did, but I'll watch it. Oh my gosh, so funny. It's with Marlon and Damon Wayans. It's from like the early to mid 2000s. So funny. It's hilarious. And yeah, the humor is very early to mid 2000s, but the nostalgia of it at this point is good if it's a first time watch for you probably. So yeah, Let's Go to Prison. Oh my gosh, Dax Shepard and Will Arnett are the ones starring in that. Hilarious. But crying is how I get the sad out. I want to watch those movies now. And yeah, last time I checked, I can't find Let's Go to Prison. I know I had it on DVD and I can't find it, so I'm going to have to maybe get it again. And I don't watch movies anymore, like at all ever, but like now I feel like I need to. I used to watch movies a lot, but not lately. Not probably in the last 2 years. I mean, we did go to the newest Despicable Me movie with the kids this summer, but that's the last movie I've watched in a very long time. That song's a very, very feel-good one. Like, put your records on. Oh, I love that one too. Yeah, that is a good one. I know for some reason I can't think of who sang that one. I'm hearing it, but who sings that? Now it's gonna bother me. I'm gonna look it up. Gosh, it's gonna bother me if I don't. Corinne Bailey Ray. That's right. I knew that. I knew that, but I forgot that. All right. Yeah, watching a good movie. Oh my gosh, so fun. I just I've been in this like hyper learning mode that even like if my husband's watching something on like at night, I'm just like either reading a book or journaling or like I'm just like in hyper like self-care mode, doing hobby things or learning things. Like to me, self-learning is a self-care for me because if I'm not learning, I feel like I'm dying. Like if I'm not learning something new in a day, I get depressed. I don't know what it is. And the more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. And I also realize I don't need to know everything anyway because there are certain topics that I will never look into, like how to repair an engine on a car. No interest in that. Not at all. I know that I can kiss that goodbye and that's fine. At least in this moment in time. Who knows? Maybe in the future I will feel this call, this push, this pull, this desire to learn how to dismantle an engine and put it back together. But at this moment in time, I know that's not going to be a thing for me. Anything astrological, human design, shamanism, like those are like my jam right now. I'm like so in the mode with all of that right now. Yeah, anything that is like self-empowerment, self-development, sign me up. I'm there. You're so welcome. Absolutely. My pleasure. All right. I think we're going to move on now to Amber since I think she's home. I think she's home. Let's see. Oh, funny. Petco, the chain store for pets, emailed me. It's like Reptile Rally. Tank sale on now. I don't have a reptile anymore. I used to have a little alligator lizard, but to me it's like reptile. Funny. It's like the top of my email here. But let me get into Amber's email from PayPal. All right. So, Amber, we're going to do yours. Let me timestamp it just so you can go back to it. Amber, we're at 2 hours and 1 minute. Oh, and I got to go soon here. So, well, not within a half hour. We're good. 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 7 seconds. Okay, for Amber. So she says, I am feeling very low, depressed, cut off from everything. Don't feel like doing my everyday household chores or even though I have a lot of work to do, the whole house is disorganized. Diwali is next week and I have no interest in arranging the home or cleaning. Almost as if lost interest in everything. I don't even feel like doing journeys either. I have 2 orders to deliver by next weekend and I don't feel that inner spark to work on it. To top it off, my abdomen, lower back, legs are hurting. Don't even feel like going to my cards to get some answers. I would love guidance from a true, organic, authentic source creator and my inner, true, organic inner spark. What is happening with me? Is it depression or void or something? I'm getting very void because Amber, whether you know this or not, this is already coming through. Whether you know this or not, you're like an anchor. Like that's what I see you as like an energetic anchor on this earth. That a lot of the traumas, the dramas, the mundane stuff going on in the world, it's almost like you're this filter and also a funnel. I'm seeing like this funnel because I'm getting back into making kombucha again. So I used my funnel earlier. So I'm seeing this funnel and like I'm seeing it like a filter because I will run that through the funnel. It's got this little holes in this little filter part of it. So energetically speaking, a lot of the trauma, drama, just yuckiness in this world somehow funnels and filters through you to be purified and cleansed and then returned back to the earth. And that is in and of itself a full-time draining job. And if you could literally just let people know, your husband, your daughter, your in-laws, people around you, people in the community know that you're literally working constantly on top. And that's before you get out of bed, lady. That's before you even get out of bed in the morning. You're already doing all of that. And that is exhausting work. Exhausting work. So what I'm seeing for you, this is like maybe a little ritual or exercise you can do. I'm seeing you turning the tap. And I want you to turn this tap off. You do not have to be everybody's funnel and, filter right now. I want you to, even if it's just because you don't feel like doing journeys and everything, you don't have to make a whole spectacle out of it unless you feel called. If you feel called, follow that. Turn the tap off. Turn that flow that you're having to funnel and filter. Turn it off. Just literally turn it off. You're stepping out of that energy all the way past the election because it's only going to get turned up, leading to the election and past the election, because I see there's most likely going to be big contention around who's the winner, who's not the winner. This election was stolen. No, it wasn't. Basically, 2016 and 2020 2.0, 3.0. But again, they're turning the dial up, so it's going to be even more off the rails. And I don't want you to have to participate in that energetically. So turn your filter, your, say, Mother Earth, guides, whoever it is that's, I've signed up to do this. I'm taking a vacation. Not a vacation day, but you're taking at least 3, maybe a month's worth of vacation from having to deal with everyone else's crap. I was actually sending light into Mother Earth to help her heal specifically where I live, so probably that's what it is. Yeah. Well, I want you, again, you can do this in the shower, you can do this in the bath, you can do this at bedtime, wherever, whenever, however you feel. You are very good about knowing how to set these things up for yourself to do rituals or to do, some sort of thing where it feels correct for you. But you're going to literally envision you turning all this filtering you're having to do for the collective off just for the next 3 to 4 weeks. So I would say between October 25th, starting today, today's a great day. It's Venus Day. It's Love Day. You can send that love and then turn off all this funneling and filtering from October 25th through November 25th. Yeah, offer the collective. You could still, focus on your daughter and yourself and, the smaller collective of your literal household. But I would even say turn it off for your husband if you can. If you can, his problems are not your problems right now because he can deal with his problems. That's for him to deal with, not for you to deal with. But of course, because you're a mother, can mothers really ever turn it off for their kids? Yes, but I wouldn't advise it long term. So for the collective, for sure, absolutely, 100%, turn it off. But let's get some cards on the situation. As far as getting that spark back, I already see this life force energy revitalizing, and I felt this kind of weird energy in my sacral right as I said that. But your energy is going to come back online in like a fire hose for you to get things done coming up here. And I especially see you being able to get things done when Kashvi is home rather than when she's at work. Yeah, she's at work right now, at school. So it's almost like she is like that generator energy, because people just take the energy from us because we are the powerhouses. She's a generator. So she's lovingly giving you that energy, and in exchange, she gets the benefit of living in your house and being your daughter and getting all the benefits of that. So don't worry that you're stealing her energy. No. But her just being there will help you allow your own life force energy to come on full throttle for you. Not for the collective, not for Earth, not for everybody else, but for you. For you and Kashvi and your little household, and yeah. But these two fell out. We have the Judgment card and the Page of Cups. Yeah, literally the only exception will be Kashvi and your own inner child. Those are the exceptions. Anything that has to do with you personally, spiritually, energetically, and your daughter. Everything else, you can turn it off. Oh, and my left ear did that weird thing that it does sometimes. So as you turn this off, you're going to be getting all sorts of downloads, inspirations. Yeah, that energy's coming back. And then the Judgment card. All the signs say that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And look, she's even got little sparkles around her home. Like she's cleansed, she's cleared. So you're going to get your power back, your energy back to be able to clean and cleanse and clear the entities and all that. Yeah, house is a playground for portals and entities. I feel like running away at times. I feel like I'm a light in a thick goo. Absolutely. And I would even say that broom analogy that you were going to do that for your own self. As much as a person can do. And that's why I think a feather or like a sprig of leaves can also, that's something that I used to use. Ponderosa pines, I don't know if they grow down in your area, but we used to take the fallen sprigs of ponderosa pines, and they look like a little broom. They're just these big sprigs of little brooms. So we would use them as brooms to sweep out our little houses on the playground. Speaking of playgrounds, when I was a kid in elementary school, we would sweep our little areas, and they cut all those trees out to build apartments. I'm so sad. The trees of my childhood elementary school have been cut down. So sad. Oh, a lot of pine trees. Okay, well, if you have pine trees that are, because I'll show you like a ponderosa pine. They're like this long. They're like really long. They're like hair almost, or like broom fibers. I'll just show you. Because a normal pine tree is like, it's got like the central stick and then all the little needles coming off of that, like pretty short, like that. These are like long. Yeah, I'm sure you can see. And I mean, this has been like the theme, ponderosa pine. The smell is out of this world. If you've never smelled that warm cologne of the forest on a hot summer day of ponderosa pine, you have not lived yet. It is the most beautiful smell in existence. The most beautiful. And I just wish I could bottle it up and smell it 24/7. Just like put it right here and just smell it all the time. Let me find it. Ponderosa pine. Maybe even tuning into the essence of ponderosa pine. Maybe I will include some when I mail your candles, which I still need to do. Yeah. Okay, so here's with the cones and everything, but see how long those needles are. And when they fall off, sometimes like a whole branch would fall off. It looks like a broom, but that could be a really powerful energy broom that you can cleanse your energy with. But let's see. Let's get some, for some reason, we're going to go to the Money Moves Oracle about this question. Just anything else Amber can do to revitalize this energy that we haven't already tapped into, or any advice or guidance. Loyalty. Oh, I'm hearing power animal. So if you've done any kind of those shamanic journeys with your power animal, with shamanic self, if you've gotten a specific power animal or one that just intuitively calls you, if you haven't done that yet, to just embody that energy or to call on the loyalty and the presence of that animal would be beneficial. True friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. Be loyal to your friends. And one thing I've learned about having dogs or cats specifically is, yes, entities still get in the mix up at my place here too. But it's a lot less. Like when I didn't have Walter, like after Walter passed away right before we got Arthur, it was unbearable to be here because I needed a dog. I needed a dog companion or a pet companion in my home. I have, as a person, I have to have that. I think that's just part of my soul contract is you need an animal next to you. So I don't know if you have the ability to like get a physical pet. I know Kashvi would be like, yay, let's do it. That could help. That could actually help ward things off. I had a lot of those: jaguar, eagle, elephant, gorilla, snake, hummingbird. All of those came to me. Oh, that's beautiful. A lot of those actually are associated with like the shamanism in like South America, which is really cool. But let's just go to these. I know we got a ladybug for Kashvi, but let's see this one that didn't want to go back. I literally just spit. Oh my gosh. Double dog energy. Look at that. I got 2 dogs, so. But let's read it. Okay, so this is loyalty. True friendship and loyalty are among the most important values. Be loyal to your friends. And again, this is like spirit friends. And if you haven't identified 1 or 2 or whatever, you can just call on the collective of any spiritual ally that is in alignment with the true organic original source and of course your true spirit and all the things. But it says your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. So again, this is why you're being asked to stop serving the collective by being this funnel filter, and you're just bringing it back to center, back to your little household only. On top of me hearing you talk about a dog, oh my gosh, I love it. Well, the cards are not lying here. And this does look like golden retriever or like golden lab energy. Or, a mixed breed. But, medium to larger dog. I know that's maybe asking a lot when someone doesn't have a dog, but there's something in the energy of it. I don't know. Let's see if we can get one more of these animal cards just to see if there's anything else. Asking me about different types of dogs: poodle, Labrador, Labradoodle. Aw, so cute. All right. Oh, keep going. I heard. So let me keep going. All right, here it is. And the seagull. Now is the time for deep emotional healing, and you can't do that if you're trying to allow others to heal through you. Yeah, you're absolutely doing some deep emotional healing. And why do you think they call dogs emotional support animals? Just saying. I'm not saying you have to go get a dog just because this reading is channeling major dog vibes, but I think it eventually is in your trajectory. And you don't have to get 40 dogs, no. 1, 2 if you're really feeling crazy about it, but 1 would do just fine. In the meantime, you can just tune into the energy of the companion of the dog spirit, but also seagull spirit. Seagulls they go out looking for things, which you don't even have to do that. It's like the seagull will bring something to you, energetically speaking. All right, let's see if we can get any additional guidance, information, wisdom for Amber during this kind of heavy time. But yeah, deep emotional healing is going on. You even got twice, but my parents let them go. Aw. Oh, you wanted a dog since you were a small kid. Oh, your brother had a dog and he crossed over. I loved him. Oh, I love dogs. My in-laws have 2 golden retrievers. My mom has 2 dogs that I love. I mean, there's so many. My sister has dogs I love. My brother has a dog that I love. All the people I love have dogs that I also love that also feel like family to me. Like, so I have an extended dog family as well as my own little personal, Walter and Judy, Arthur and Ruthie situation here. But let's see. Anything else for Amber? We have Apple and Tower, but in these cards, Tower is amazing. Solid foundation and success, but with effort. But you can't be putting all this effort into your own spiritual healing and cleaning your home and getting ready to celebrate Diwali when you're literally the collective's doormat. So you're turning it off, and then temptation will test you. Yeah, you feel like, well, I'm sleeping on the job. I'm just used to being this funnel for humanity to just, wipe their feet on. No more. At least for the next 4 weeks. And then after that, you can reassess what you're willing to do or not do. Because this is what I'm seeing is like in your soul's blueprint. And this is not something your spirit made you do. This is a matrix thing. And you can use it to the benefit of your spirit and humanity by being in service of humanity. Absolutely. But it should not be at the detriment of shining your own light at all. So yeah. All right, let's see anything else that needs to come through for Amber before we close out. Yeah, you can connect with your brother's dog. Absolutely, because to me, dogs have spirits. Absolutely they do. And they are aligned with the divine. You can't look into a pet dog's eyes that you feel connected to, even though it was your brother's dog, you still felt that connection. You can't look into those dogs' eyes and not see a spark of the divine. It's unescapable. Woo! And we have rainbow. The most difficult part of a situation is over. I love ending on this note. Perfect. And the rainbow does lend to, the chakra colors. So maybe you are doing some chakra clearing. After you cleanse and clear all of that energy, then cleanse your own energy. Oh, you're seeing 1010 a lot and you love him. Yeah. What kind of dog was he? Do you remember? Or was he like a mutt? I love dogs. And anytime that someone posts like on Facebook or something that their dog passed away, like it makes me so sad because I love dogs so much. Like, I love them so much. Words cannot express. Golden Lab. Oh, I love that. My dad had 2 golden labs. Those were the first 2 dogs I had growing up. And my mom also had 2 dogs, Sam and Cookie, which were little like terriers of some kind, little gray terriers. One might have been a Schipperke or Skipperke. I don't know how to pronounce that. I think that's what he was. I can't remember. He was so sweet. I miss him. Yeah, I would connect with him, his true spirit, obviously. And then that embodiment of that true spirit will come through, most likely looking just like him, because that's a comforting and loyal companion as far as like visually, what you could visualize. And then we have fierce serenity. And serenity is like kind of an acronym or an antonym of, or not homonym of peace. Means peace, Serenity, calm, clear, quiet, silent. That's it. I want to avoid the pain of separation probably. Oh my gosh. Oh, the hardest dog loss I had was Judy. And we had her 2 weeks shy of, she was almost 17. We got her when she was about 7 months old. So we had 16 plus good years with her. And it still wasn't enough. Like no amount of years would have been enough. But I can now look back and really love the fact that we had her as long as we did. And, you know, basically at this point, thank her for the sacrifice of her eventually having to leave our family so that we could get Arthur and Ruthie. And same for Walter, you know, very difficult to lose them. But without the loss of them, I would not also now have Arthur and Ruthie. So it's like, I love them all. I love them all. And, you know, you can extend their life by feeding them what they're meant to eat. They're not meant to eat the dried up bag of food. My dogs haven't had that since they were in the very early puppy stages of living in the shelters and stuff. Because we got, both of ours are mutts from shelters. That's how I roll. Even Walter and Judy were mutts from shelters. That's how I personally roll. But yeah, I'm all about a mutt shelter dog and letting that dog choose me rather than me choosing it. That's what I did with all 4 of those dogs. They all 4 chose me rather than the other way around. As they say, oh, I didn't rescue that dog rescued me. And that is so true. I mean, you know, who knows? Who knows? I'm just putting this out there. You know, of course, talk to your husband and all that and be ready if that's what you're doing. But just go to like the local humane society, or I'm sure, you know, you're in a decently larger area. There's probably more than one that you can go to and just look at the pictures. I'm not even telling you to go down there and look at them in person because that's a whole other level of, oh my gosh, what's going on right now? Pump the brakes on that. You don't even have to do that, but just look at some pictures and just feel into it because you'll just feel this pull. When it's your dog, you just know it. You just know. And there's no way that your dog could be given to anyone else because it's your dog. It's waiting for you. It's a crazy thing if you really get into it and think of it. But I was in that energy in kind of mid to late April through May 27th, which is your birthday when we got Arthur. So yeah, I'm recently in that energy. I get it. He's talking about having a baby for Kashvi, but I would prefer a dog. Yeah. Oh, as a companion. Yeah. I mean, obviously a baby is a whole other level of commitment. A dog is slightly less commitment than a baby, for sure. And easier to acquire, for sure. But yeah, I feel good about this. Let's just see any closing energies. Anything else Amber needs to know before we close out? So I do have to get going. I don't want to, but I should. Okay. Nucleus. The power within the stars is the power within you. And the nucleus is like the center of the cell. It's the center. It's the center of the universe, right? So this is you. You need to be the center of your own universe and not allowing everyone else to dump it into your universe. You know what I mean? Again, at least until November 25th, keep it turned off to where you're not having to do any of that garbage for the collective. The collective is going to keep on being the collective. Yes, you're doing a service by funneling this through, but I don't even think you have to turn it back on, to be honest, until you're ready to, much like Raylene does. She will feel called to go in a very specific location or energetically tune into a very specific thing and cleanse and clear it when she feels like it. She's not just turned on all the time to cleanse and cleanse and cleanse and cleanse and cleanse. Did I mention cleanse? So I don't even think you ever have to turn it back on until you're ready to be like, I feel in alignment with helping with this place or this situation or this relationship. You don't have to be on all the time 24/7. So I would turn it off, Amber, at least through the election, and only then turn it back on when and however you see fit. That's in alignment with your true spirit. Because you need to keep a lot of that life force energy for your own life, for your own path, for your own clearing, your own healing, your own dreams. The collective is just going to have to do what it's going to do. And yes, there will be those healers like you and me and Raylene and all these others out here that are helping people who can't help themselves. But at some point, people are gonna have to start helping themselves, or they're gonna just not be able to exist anymore. Like that's we're at go point. We're at go point right now. And you're actually doing yourself a disservice by trying to help others when your cup isn't filled up. So you're gonna take this next month to really fill your cup as much as you can. And of course, I know there's obligations and there's parenthood and all the things. We're not asking you to step out of that, but you don't have to be that funnel filter for the collective. Pika Lee, welcome. We're just closing out, but I do have time for one more reading if there's any other donations coming in. Let me just double check that we didn't have anything else come in. Nope, we are caught up. But yeah, fun. Yeah, you're getting your fire back. Look, what's sitting here staring at me on the deck, on the back of the deck. The number 38, which adds up to 11, which is a number of absolute like spiritual alignment and empowerment when it's in its glory. And soul on fire, just feeling very lit up about the things you're lit up about. And we don't have to be lit up about everything. Like I said earlier, I have no qualms about trying to learn anything about engine repair. That does not light me up in any way. But like a person's help, like I guess great analogy, because we're looking to help to get your engine running again, kind of energetically speaking in this reading. But I'm all lit up about that because I'm all about empowering and helping to empower people get their own, stuff going, their own engines going. But actual logical and analytical thinking to, dismantle and repair an engine, no thanks. Energetically speaking, with a human engine, I am all for it. Probably that's why I'm not able to do my own healing, because I'm helping the collective. Abso-freaking-lutely. And you, whether you knew it or not, you have the power to turn that off. And then on again when you feel, and then off again when you don't feel. That's your prerogative. That's not that you have to take all this on, because, it's like trying to save a drowning man when you're drowning. You can't, you're both going to drown eventually, energetically speaking, not literally. So you've kind of hit that crisis point where your nose is below the line and your eyes are popping out of your head like, oh no, something's got to give here. Literally turn off the fountain and drain all the water down. A lot of water and like funneling and filtering analogies. We funnel water, we filter water, we drown in water, we heal in water, we're born in water. A lot of water. So getting connection with water, even the water you're drinking, that's just as important as the water you're bathing in, and if not more important, actually. Yeah, I turned it on. And the amniotic fluid, yes, really making yourself your own amniotic fluid pod. As Raylene calls them. You can call it whatever you want, but just put that protection all around your house, your daughter, your house, your personal self, and just start allowing yourself to heal and peel and allow that soul to come back online in the biggest possible way for yourself, all lit up and ready to go. And hey, if it doesn't all return to you by the time Diwali kicks off and you're kind of just going through the motions, getting things prepared, that's okay. Because I think there is this element of void space you're still kind of navigating. And I think that's where pile 3 comes in, is there's no hard stop where, oh, I turned the faucet off. I'm no longer funneling and filtering. So let's just have at it. There might be that process where you're doing some recuperation of your own energy to build yourself back up. I do that around my house, myself, Kashvi, my car, my husband too. Yeah. So you can do that. Absolutely, you can do that. Because that's like small scale. That's like microcosm of the macrocosm that you've been also dealing with. You don't have to deal with the macrocosm anymore. It's all about you and your home and your car and your family. Not about everyone and everything else plus your home, yourself, your car, your family. Yeah. And the void sucks. I mean, let's just really be blatantly honest here. It doesn't feel good. Usually. It really doesn't. But we don't have to be, this too shall pass. You're not going to be in that void forever. So, yeah. I don't do that for anything or anyone else. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're getting through it. So just allow yourself to really do the self-care. And I'm seeing like the 4 of Swords energy. Just really relax and heal and do what you're led to do. And don't do, if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no right now. I mean, I know obligations will sometimes be a hell no, but we still gotta do them, right? So, priorities. If something is kind of like, "Ugh, I don't want to do that," but it is a priority in life, it's something that you've got to keep going to exist and be and live and do, keep it going, keep it up. But everything else can just fall by the wayside until you're ready to really rock on something. Okay? All right. I hope that helped you, Amber. Big hugs. I know it's not easy. That is a hard place to be for sure. But when you turn that tap off, you're going to start to notice things are not as void like as they were. Okay? Yay! All right. Yes, big shift. Okay, let's get into it for Pika Lee. Lately, she's been feeling anxious, restless, feel like a big shift change is happening soon. Are there any insights, guidance from my higher self, divine source regarding what is happening soon in my life and what actions I need to prepare myself? Yes. Okay. So, of course, this time that we're in as a United States collective is very, it's like the rumbling of a volcano. Like you can hear it, you can feel it. You maybe can't quite see it yet, but you know it's something's going on. I think so many of us are right there. And I'm sure that's why, yeah, energetically tuning in, that's most likely why just the collective, you know, the undulation below the surface of just the collective of humanity. Because if one side loses, all hell's gonna break loose over here. And if this side loses, all hell's gonna break loose over here. It's like, I just want to check out until like, just solidly put me into like mid 2025 and we'll be good. Like, but we can't do that, can we? So let's just tune in for you specifically and personally, because there might be some underpinnings that we're going to tune into here. For you personally, Pika Lee, this restless feeling, big shift, change. What does she need to know about this? Yeah. There's really, yeah, I really feel this is collective for you. And it was so much collective for Amber as well. The reading right before this for her. So much. It's just, collective. And of course, us being just, you know, spirit-led human beings or empathic people, we pick up on other people's sadness and grief and worry and anxiety. But this says pause and savor the results of your success. So if you can, if it's at all possible to take some vacation days and you don't even have to go anywhere. That's the beauty of this. You can just stay home and relax. Swing from your hammock, your metaphorical hammock, eat an apple, relax, talk to the people that you enjoy talking to, do the hobbies, focus on the things that you enjoy, learn about something new that you've been wanting to know about. Just really go within and focus on you and your immediate environment. And if that anxiety just doesn't look like it's present in your immediate environment, I wouldn't allow it to take root because it does feel very collective for you personally, Pika Lee. And then my heart just kind of skipped a beat. So I don't know if you've been having weird heart palpitations or feelings in your heart, maybe beating double or something. Something about the heart center. Yeah, because I'm seeing you like energetically picking up on people in your environment. Oh, you took a 3-week vacation and it's the first week back. Maybe that's why I feel out of whack. Okay, that's making total sense. So, of course, you're back into the world. But this is saying don't let go of that vacation mindset. So, of course, you're doing your work, you're talking to coworkers, you're doing your thing, going grocery shopping, doing all the things you do. But then when you get home or when it is your downtime, treat that as a vacation. That's what I'm seeing. All right, what else for Pika Lee? What does she need to know about this anxiety and the big shift that she's feeling, these changes? Yeah, 10 of Wands. They're not your burdens. That's what I'm hearing. And I would say by Halloween, because we were literal Halloween, Samhain, bless Samhain, witches, it says on that sign, literally at Samhain, which is Halloween, and going into like November 1st, like the veil, you're going to be able to lay down all these burdens that are not yours. And that energy is going to lift for you significantly, even though like 5 days later is the election. I would just not, if you can take, okay, there's where the vacation comes back around. If you can take some sort of social media detox or vacation from, I would say anytime now, start now if you feel so inclined, through the election. And by through, I mean at least a good 1-2 weeks past. So you're not picking up on everyone's animosity or anxiety, stress, worry about what the future is going to look like come, early 2025, whatever. Just put those burdens, because you don't have to make things more difficult than they need to be. And by you tuning in and hearing this person's opinion, seeing that person's opinion, putting yourself out there, it's unneeded. You don't need to at all. You'll still, any big thing hits the fan, you're going to find out, because your family and friends have got your back. They will call you. They will let you know. What you need to know, it will find you. You will know what you need to know when you need to know it. My friend Jessa says that, and I love that. There's a lot on social media we don't even need to borrow, because a lot of these are timelines that are collapsing or currently in free fall. But of course, because people's current reality is a reflection of all past decisions, right? Past decisions. It looks like the present moment is in free fall. But it's actually because the past is already collapsed, that our now moment feels like it's in free fall. But you may not even be on those timelines, but you reading about all of this collapse and Discord and all this other stuff, it's almost like you're trying to manifest yourself back to those lower timelines that you've already leveled up past. That's what I see. She's noting it. Yes. You don't even need to get involved, because you'll know what you need to know when you need to know it. All right, what else for Pika Lee? Anything else she needs to know to prepare herself for just any future changes, shifts, big actions, anxiety coming up? Anything to prepare herself. Queen of Swords, don't you dare lower your voice for anyone, or your standards, or your timelines. You're speaking it into being what you want to experience. And by speaking it into being, you don't want to speak one thing and then go read about another, because when we read something in our mind, so many of us speak it in our mind. When you're reading someone's social media post, you're speaking it in your mind. And I always call this my speak it into being card. And yes, she can look like a real B word, or let's just put it out there, bitch. But don't feel like the B word just because you're not as involved and invested and completely churned up in all this animosity with everybody else. They may be like, well, you're not very socially responsible because you're not, you don't have your finger on the pulse of what's going on out there. Okay, let them have that thought. You don't want to borrow all of that anxiety, stress, and worry. And she looks pretty comfortable here. She's got some books. She's got some tea and some teacups. Maybe she's going to invite some like-minded friends over for a book club or something. Like, she is just in her zone. Only experiencing and manifesting and intuiting into the things that she wants to manifest, not any old thing that's just coming onto her, Facebook feed or whatever. Let's see. Yeah, I've been having that right now. Also, everyone around me has been going through complete hell. And just us being those sympathetic, compassionate, empathic people, we can sometimes take some of that on as our own. Amber is a prime example of that. And you don't need to do that. You can still be very compassionate or sympathetic without being full on into empathy, where you're taking that on as your own and just creating more problems or chaos, because there's nothing the world is gaining by having two people now suffering rather than one. Because when we're in more sympathy or compassion, we can actually lend a hand to help. Or in empathy, we're just all feeling the same stuff. It's a whole thing, empathy versus compassion, sympathy. I've been kind of going down rabbit holes with that, just into my own intuition about it. I mean, I don't really ever see anyone talking about it online or on videos or anything at all. But I think maybe I need to then. Maybe I need to start making that content. Because just intuitively, I'm like, empathy really doesn't get a lot of us anywhere. I mean, yeah, sure, we can start to see things from other people's perspective. But we don't need to throw ourselves into the dumpster fire with them, to burn with them, to feel the pain with them. Because then we're both out of luck, But to have sympathy and compassion, you're not losing the sympathy and compassion. But with that place of sympathy and compassion, we can reach out and lend a helping hand that's so needed when someone, we think as those empaths, we're helping people out. Usually we're just taking their crap on to make it our own. And now we're also with them in the dumpster fire. It's a whole thing. Empathy and, being born empaths. And I feel like you probably do take on empathic tendencies. So many people who are on a spiritual journey do and have, and maybe will continue to do that. But I think there's better ways we can do it, so where we don't go down with the ship. Yeah. Ooh, you needed to hear that. I'll light some candles and maybe read a book tonight. There you go. And that's kind of I think you probably said that before we pulled this card, but it's similar vibe for sure. I totally feel that. Lately, I've been very intolerant of nonsense and vocal about it. Protect my peace. Yeah, that's very Queen of Swords. Like, you might look like a B word to some of these people, but like, eventually they'll get it. Like, no, she's protecting her peace. Like, I should respect that, not, look down on that or demand, what's the word? Demean that. Yeah. Yeah, I so needed to hear that. Yeah. All right. Let's see. We're going to go. This has been a fun favorite today. So, Money Moves Oracle deck. Any messages just about this feeling, how she can prepare herself through these energies, Pika Lee, in alignment with her true spirit. Independence. Yeah, you don't need to be codependent in that codependent, empathic energy of the dumpster fire. I mean, we're just repeating ourselves at this point. This is so Miss Queen of Swords here. So Queen of Swords. Manage your money yourself and your energy yourself, because your biggest currency in this planet is your own energy field. Let's just be real honest about that. So manage your energy field / money yourself. Independence guarantees security. Don't depend on others. I mean, yes, we can be interdependent, but not codependent or fully dependent on other people. And especially with your own energy during this time and these feelings of anxiety and shifts and changes that are going on, you're stepping right on out of that timeline and just literally in your own world. I just heard a whole new world. Isn't that Aladdin? I think that came through for Marlene, like not too long ago on the live stream. Yeah. I think it was Vanessa Williams and Peebo Bryson that sang that. When Aladdin and Jasmine were on the magic carpet ride. Look into it. I would look into it. But we also have exhausted. Yeah, because you stepping into those other timelines, that's just going to completely exhaust you. You'll be financially or energetically drained, lacking the viable option to step back out of the timeline. Because a lot of times once we're churning in this cesspool of dumpster fire and just crazy energies, it's so hard to get back out. And usually it takes someone with compassion and sympathy to reach their hand in and pull us out, usually. Not always. Sometimes our own spirit does it for us, or we do it for ourselves somehow. But you can avoid this completely by just checking on out, moving on up, like the Jeffersons. Higher timelines where you're not dealing with it. Close doors. And I'm seeing this as you close the door. You're making the choice. Because you're not going to be brought into this, I'll have to start all over now, back in the dumpster fire. I mean, dumpster fire has been the theme for a lot of what we've channeled through today. Wow, that makes so much sense why money is not coming to me, irrespective of the energy work I did along with manifestation because of a funnel for click. Exactly. Amber, I love when these epiphanies happen. And it's not even during your reading, but it's just, that's how this works is that, if you're even just listening to someone else's reading, hey, there may be some pertinent information for you in their reading. Let's get a closing statement. Woo! Putting everything back. Getting ahead of ourselves here, though. Some of these are backwards. It's these ones right here. Okay. All right. Getting everything put back, and we're going to grab, which one? Oh, we were tuned into this one earlier, the Magical Spirit Oracle. Anything else for Pika Lee to close out? No wonder I've been in fight or flight mode. I'm over here fighting for my peace. LOL. This message was the call to protect my peace and check out of the noise. Absolutely. I love this so much. And sometimes we, like, intuitively, we know these things, but sometimes it's till we bounce that perspective off someone else, like, getting a reading or, just talking to a good friend or something. And even sometimes us just saying our plight out loud, we're like, oh, duh, I get it. Like, my husband and I do that for each other a lot. Like, we'll just, like, info dump on each other, and without the other person even saying anything, we're like, oh, I get it. I know what's going on here. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. Not literally, but like, I know what to do to just tweak that just a little bit, and then I'm not dealing with it. Yeah, absolutely. I can do one more donation, and then I'm going to close out and head up to the school. Get the kids. Happy Friday, everybody. All right, Pika Lee, closing statement. The mirror. Yes, self-reflection, writer, big picture. And what I'm getting is, what you read in other people's posts, say on social media, because that's kind of been the the example for your reading here, you can take that on as your own because the mirror, you're like, well, I can feel that way. I can see that through their eyes. And of course, we can all be empathic, but we want to be more sympathetic and compassionate. But this is about your big picture. And what does this say? Did you forget all you had to go through to be you? Did you forget all you had to go through to be you? It's written on that book, super small. But we have the 26 here. 2 plus 6 is 8. You're taking action to, I'm really reading this too as like Queen of Cups meets the Hermit card. It's kind of what I'm seeing here. Queen of cuts. Maybe you're cutting something out, cutting something off. Queen of Cups meets the Hermit card. So you can still be compassionate and sympathetic without having to be involved in all these horrible things going on with, and maybe even just letting some friends and family know, hey, I'm just kind of protecting my peace right now. Or maybe protecting, because that's such a defensive word. Maybe just saying I'm advocating for my peace. That seems more empowered than protecting, because protecting is like defensive and advocating is something that's more offensive. I'm advocating for my peace. So like, I appreciate you. I love you. But right now I'm just not taking on anybody's stress. Yeah, it's like soon as Libra season was over, all the mess started. I mean, for sure. And, of course they would put elections during that time of year. Of course they would. Because I could really get into it, but I'm not gonna. Yes. I hope that resonated for you, Pikali. I just feel so much peace of mind for you just by stepping out of what is not you, what is not for you. You do not have to take it on at all. So don't do it. You don't have to do it. All right, Brianna, let's get into it for you, my dear. So she says, for today's question, will you tell me who I was when I was a god? What were my characteristics and attributes? I love this question. Oh my gosh. Tuning into Brianna's true spirit when she was a god / goddess. What were her characteristics and attributes? Ooh. We have touching earth, planting something new. This is like the creation of actual whole worlds. Like you created literal earths or planets or worlds. Literal with the number 12 there, that adds up to 3. That's about creating earth. You're not just touching earth and planting something. You're the original creator or planter of seeding of some planet. I even see you having a big hand in the original creation of Earth itself. Not the Matrix Earth, but the original blueprint. And that's why you are here at this time as this Matrix is collapsing. I have major chills. And you're part of a whole collective that came in to do this work. And I just heard Collective Soul, which I know that's a band from the 90s as well. The World I Know. That song is by Collective Soul. Oh, I have major chills. It's like a whole soul group. And didn't they play? I want to say that came out around the time I graduated, like the year 99, 2000. Let me just look it up. That songs always come through for me, for you, Brianna. I don't know what it is. Collective Soul, The World I Know. I'm going to read these lyrics, but I would like you to go. I've never, I don't think, watched the music video, but for some reason I'm being called to tell you to go watch, and whoever's listening that feels called or the intuition to go watch it for themselves. The World I Know by Collective Soul. I'll just read some of the lyrics here to get us going. Has our conscience shone? Has the sweet breeze blown? Has all the kindness gone? Hope still lingers on. I drink up myself of the newfound pity, sitting alone in New York City, and I don't know why. Are we listening to hymns of offering? Have we eyes to see? I got chills, you guys. That love is gathering. All the words that I have been reading have now started the act of bleeding into one, into one. Oh my gosh, this is so powerful. I almost just want to sing it because it's hard for me to read lyrics. I just want to sing them, and I'm not going to embarrass myself like that right now. So I walk up on high and I step to the edge to see my world below. And I laugh at myself while the tears roll down because it's the world I know. Oh, it's the world I know. And then it just repeats again. Oh, I just sing it. Oh my gosh, no. I did sing. Well, I didn't sing. I've sang here and there on this live stream, but the song is so powerful. When I very first heard that song, I want to say it was my senior year or the summer of my senior year of high school, year 2000. I want to know what year this song came out. I'm gonna Google it. It felt very new at that time. Was it released? Let's see. 1995? Are you kidding me? Well, it didn't come to my awareness, at least till my senior year of high school, which was 99, 2000. That's the first time I heard that. That's crazy. I could have sworn it came out that year. Well, that's when it came out to me anyway. And if you've never heard this song before, the year 2024 is when it came out for you. You know what I mean? But that's weird because that's the year my house burned down, 95. But maybe something for you, Brianna, if you were alive at that time, something that happened in your life at that time, or if you're not that old, something that happened to a family member at that year. Yeah. Channel message from the two. Yeah, this feels so real. And what I'm getting specifically about that song, Collective Soul, and of course, as I'm trying to say it, it's staring at me, and I hadn't even seen this yet. Oh, you were 2 years old. Okay. Yes. And that is such a year that so much of this matrix like breaks our spirit. The biggest, if you go back in this live stream and watch where I was talking about a shamanic journey I did the other day, I went back to rescue 4 soul fractals, 3 or 4, I can't remember at this point. I have it all written down, but 3 or 4 soul fractals from when I was 2 years old and this one incident happened that literally broke my spirit. But so much of the collective their spirit is broken at age 2 because being in this matrix is so far removed from the original blueprint that it somehow breaks our hearts, like literally. But what I get from that song and that message, and then you creating of worlds and having a hand in creating the original blueprint of this planet, Brianna, and you in a collective of different spirits. But what your hand was, what you personally touched as this God, it pains you on a cellular level to see the destruction that this matrix has caused on those parts that you had a hand in creating or nurturing and facilitating here on this planet. It literally breaks your heart to see the world the way it is and people acting the way they're acting. But what I'm getting with this here is that chills again, that you coming in at this time, it's no accident that you're here right now. You planned this. You plan to be here because you're releasing the illusion this lifetime. The illusion that we're all experiencing and suffering. I would say suffering from is the false matrix. But you had the courage to come back and do something different and to come in. And you, much like Amber, much like so many of you guys that come to this channel, you have been here before. You are the ones healing. You're the healing heart of this planet. You're here at this time for no accident. And even if you want to consider this a soul trick, a reincarnation trap, whatever, no, you have the tools and the keys to get yourself out of here. It's not always easy because you can forget lifetime after lifetime and get trapped again. But when you do wake up in a life, like you have in this life, all of you that are here, you're awake. Raise your hand, you in the back, you're awake. We're all awake. At least enough that we can, when the time comes for us to transition out of here again, because it happens all the time, we will connect, link up in full. I heard paid in full with our true spirit and get the hell out of here. So the bald eagle symbol might be very powerful for you at this time, or when you are wanting, that's a symbol for a lot of great civilization. I want to say for sure the United States has the symbol of the eagle, the bald eagle specifically. I want to also say Rome or some of those other ancient civilizations had the power animal or the kind of, I don't know, mascot, what are we calling it, of the eagle. But you can tune into the spirit of the eagle when you are tuning into the original blueprint and that first touch that you did in that God life to touch down on this planet for the very first time, or the creation or helping of creation of this planet for the very first time. And that will create so much change in your physical reality, it's not even funny. So whether you knew it or not, the power of the eagle or the animal medicine of the eagle is very potent and powerful, also of the lion. Or any other bird family member, in the whole ornithology of birds that calls to you, lean on those, and any other animal in the cat family. This can be jaguars, panthers, leopards, cheetahs, house cats, minks, any cat that really calls to you. And this is like Lyran energy. And we all know that, lion people, Lyra, and that planet was destroyed in a war. And there is this homesickness for so many Lyran star seeds because that planet is literally doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. It was literally destroyed. Yeah, animals are just so powerful, coming in so hot today. I love it. I love every second of this. But you're finding your way back to the original blueprint of this planet, Brianna, by tuning into the power of your own self-love. Because when we love ourselves, we have almost no choice but to love everyone and everything around us as much as we can meet them where they love themselves. It's almost impossible for someone who is getting love that can't feel it to eventually start having to feel that love, and that's why these current controllers, I'll just call them controllers, they're not creators, they're controllers of this realm, are working overtime to create as much chaos, destruction, hatred, division as they can, because they know their time's up. Their time is so up. And so many of us that are here, especially you, Brianna, this is your reading, at this time to flip the script and reverse this back to the original blueprint. Powerful. And then look, there's a tiger also coming in. But this is feminine wisdom and passion. So we're not fighting back, fighting fire with fire here. We are fighting back, you specifically, Brianna, you are fighting back in this lifetime with your fierce, powerful, destructive, chaotic, but also rebirth energy of that divine feminine energy. So you're here to allow your spirit to come into this vessel, to your vessel, not mine, yours, to receive the codes of your spirit, to receive the codes of the original blueprint, to literally, I'm seeing like sand on one of those sound plates that's vibrating, and it creates these really beautiful shapes when you play different sounds or notes. So you just being here is like being a lighthouse. So when you speak, you can feel that vibration of your voice. Your voice is one of your most potent and powerful tools that your spirit utilizes to help break up the resonance of the matrix to bring back the original blueprint. Oh my gosh. Woo! Chills, 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 powerful. Oh, I had an epiphany last live stream. You got the message on the that this planet was made or built originally. Remember? By some higher power, along with the true, organic, authentic source creator. I feel the God energy is part of that group. Yes! Oh my gosh. What live stream was that? Was that the last live stream? I'm trying to remember. Oh my gosh. If you feel so inclined to go back to that live stream and leave a comment with the timestamp of when we were talking about that, if you feel so inclined, if you don't want to do, I'm not asking you to have to do that, but if you feel called to do that, you can do that for anyone who wants to tune into that. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was during the cosmic question. Okay, I did timestamp the cosmic question. I know Michael Jackson came through. Like, we had so much popping off in that last cosmic question. It blew my mind. We're done playing small here, you guys. We're done just, I mean, not to say there's anything wrong with pick a card readings and, just tuning in, what is your message from spirit? Like, we're going above and beyond with these readings. And I'm not saying, oh, it's me. It's not me. It's all of us. And it's the energy that's coming through that spirit cannot be suppressed anymore. Spirit is coming full force. So even if we just set this intention to ask a simple question like, is our pineal gland hijacked? We're going to get so much more than the question we ask. So much more. Wow. Yeah, so powerful. But I probably do have to go. I should have gone about an hour ago. I usually go, well, not an hour ago. let's be honest. I leave about now, but I still need to make my lunch and all the fun things. So I'm going to go do that real quick, and I can eat my lunch in the car. It's not a big deal. But I had so much fun hanging out with you guys. We're almost 3 hours in, so we're going to call it a day here. But thanks again so much for all those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really, truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Hungry Portal Tarot Live. We're going to do just a collective reading. Whatever we need to know, come on through. And then another either Cosmic Question Corner or another giveaway / drawing situation. I will make another poll and we can do that. So I love you guys, and I will see you on Wednesday next week, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Be there. It's going to be fun. I can already feel it. All right, you guys, much love, peace, and happy weekend. Bye.